Raider way, or the Raider tenets of commitment to excellence, just win, baby. Once a Raider, always a Raider.
There's a team in California which calls itself pro football's dynamic organization. This team also lists as its assets a commitment to excellence, pride, and poise, and a monumental rise to greatness. If you haven't guessed by now, the team is the Oakland Raiders, and as the saying goes, if you say it but don't do it, that's bragging. If you say it and then do it, that's fact. The Raiders have merely been stating the facts because in the last 16 seasons, they've won more football games than any other team in the NFL.
They want to know how to get like me. Dream so big that I cannot sleep. Put in that time and I put in that grind. I'm the best in the world, that's all I see. Never back down, I'm standing strong. They gonna talk, but they all been wrong. What they gonna say when I keep going up? What they gonna do when I don't fall off? Look at my skills, look at my flaws. Never been perfect, I'm not a god, but I'm a goat. I've been the greatest whenever I spoke. Looking around and they doing the most. Whatever I touch, I turn it to gold. Tell them there's levels to be in the game. They wanna compete, but they not coming close. No, I'ma keep going again and again. Whatever I want, I'ma get. They gon' be saying they know I'm a friend of a friend. Whenever I become the best, I don't be spending my time on the internet. I just be living it out in the flesh. I don't need nothing to motivate me. Winners are never gon' wait for success. Yeah. Look at my neck, shining. Look at my bank, comments. Look at my wrist, AP. Who is the GOAT? I am. Look at my neck, shining. Look at my bank, comments. Look at my wrist, AP. Who is the GOAT? I am.
Here to introduce General Manager of the Las Vegas Raiders, John Spytek, and the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, Pete Carroll.
Salute Raider Nation. Appreciate you all showing up here tonight, man. Salute to the chat. Salute to the mods in the chat. Salute to Harvey coming up on here. We're going to have Ozzy up here. We'll probably have Will. I have a few people pop in and out here tonight, man, and talk some Raiders talk for a little bit. If you want to give a shout out, Harvey, more than welcome.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, Raider Nation? Is the #1 Raider stunner. What? Thank you for letting me be on your show, Dustin.
Oh yeah, anytime, man. Appreciate it. Salute to Seth. Salute to CJ. Salute to Rudy. Appreciate all you guys, man, showing up here in the chat tonight. So basically just going to talk about a lot of different things about Pete Carroll, talk about players in camp, some of the draft picks that we picked up. Just got a lot of different topics that are going to be going back and forth out here tonight. I just want to bring up a topic that I think is pretty funny that we were talking about earlier about the Chiefs mascot. Basically went out, robbed all these banks. I think it was 11 banks, dude. He got like $150,000 and basically ended up getting 32 years in prison, dude. Like crazy. Like, can you imagine doing that shit? Like using the Chiefs mascot uniform and everything, going around the banks, jacking them, and getting busted for it. I think that's crazy. So I think that's something a Raider would do for sure. But
Well, let me add to that. One of the banks that this jackass robbed was a teachers credit union.
it was, what was it? Say that again.
One of the banks that jackass robbed down in Oklahoma was a teachers credit union bank.
Oh shit, crazy. That's horrible. Yeah, he said it was the mascot, one of the fans. That's crazy. I didn't know that. I don't even know who the Chiefs fucking person is, and that's even more crazy that it was one of their fans.
The one that looked like a wolf.
Yeah, werewolf.
That's the one that got he called himself Cheeseaholic. Yeah, the one that got that gray wolf outfit on. That's the one who did it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think that's hell crazy. I mean, kudos to him. I mean, if you think about it, he goes, robs 11 bank, $150K. Like I was telling you earlier, regular person salary probably.
No. 850.
Oh, 850.
I told you 850,000.
I said 150,000, but 850,000. It's still not even worth it.
The reason why he did it. Get this now. Get this. When I read the article, he said he told the police, first of all, that he was sorry and he had remorse. I'm like, bullshit, man. You ain't sorry. And the main reason that he said he did it was for the Kansas City Chiefs organization and to gain more popularity on his social media.
That's crazy. I mean, the things people go through to try to get famous like that, that's insane. I mean, more power to him. I mean, I don't pay attention to the Chiefs, so I can tell you.
I don't pay attention neither.
Yeah, I don't. Like you guys, like I said, at the end of the day, I think it's just crazy that the dude would go do that. Even at $1 million, I mean, I don't know if I'm robbing each bank for under 100K for only 850K and then go spend 32 years. Like, if I'm robbing a bank, I'm getting me a fucking $1 million per bank. You know,
exactly. Because I was checking my Yahoo, right? You know this. You know they show the trending stories about what happened, whether it's sports or entertainment, right? And I'm looking at it. And I'm finna check my mail for the signing and everything. And the first thing I see, that story right there. I read that. I'm like, who this fool think he is? CJ and Catalina from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. They got a mission on there called Small Town Bank, man. I'm like, I gotta send Dustin this, man. I gotta send that.
I seen you say that in the text message that it was that you said the San Andreas quote. I thought that was so funny.
Yeah. See, and there go the poster right there. Crazy, man.
Because he got caught. That's facts. That's the only reason
he's crazy. It's crazy.
He opened next time he don't get caught. That's all he'd say.
Hey, what's up, Red Ozzy?
I think it's because I changed laptop, so I had to like reset my password for Instagram and everything. It was a pain in the ass.
What to get on?
Yeah, it's like fuck.
So, what did you think about the Chiefsaholic mascot for the Chiefs that got 32 years for robbing them banks?
I give him
Down
32
in
years just for
Oklahoma.
being a Chiefs fan, but yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah. Destin, get this.
But I think it's pretty
When he
crazy though.
served, hey, look, when he served his 32 years, y'all. When he served his 32 years, he already was doing the extras. He was already doing 17, right? So that
Yeah, he was
means
on parole or something. Or did he break it out? Was he on parole?
right, when that time is over, he got to go right back in jail, and he got to serve the extra time, and it run concurrently.
Nope.
I said, what a way to go out, huh? What a way to go
I'm
out.
wondering though is
you gotta spend 88% of your time in prison. So I mean,
that's crazy.
some places are like 92. Like it's pretty high percentage. Like he's gonna be in there for the rest of his life.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
I wonder what Patricia Mahomes and Andy Reid got to think about that.
Hey, I mean, make them more famous, right? I guess now their mascot will driving in an armored truck, fucking running from the cops, fucking.
Hey, look, it's shackled, right?
Yeah, facts, fucking crawling out, fucking. They're loading them up.
Oh, this is a fun stuff, man.
Yeah,
That's it. Oh my God, boy. Woo. Woo. This is crazy, y'all. This is
some
crazy.
people do the fucking. I mean, some people commit. You know, when they know they're down, they just commit. You know, they're like, "Fuck it, I'm there 17 years. Let's fucking do it forever." I mean, some people don't think they're even gonna live that long. So, you know,
And here I was yesterday, down and out. I wasn't down and out, because I already knew what Boston was going through. But this made my day. What happened to Kansas City, boy? Man. This made my day.
The question I gotta ask, because I haven't read the whole article. Is
okay.
Was he already on trial for 17 years, or he'd already been convicted?
Oh, he already been convicted, man.
Right. Yeah. So he was already he was gonna go to prison for 17 years already, and then decided to do a robbery.
Yep. Yeah,
at that point, he's probably like, "Fuck it, I don't know if I'm even gonna survive prison. I might as well try and fucking get some money and get away."
Because he went to jail on December. He went to jail on December 22nd last year.
That makes more sense. So what must have happened is he must have been in jail originally, then he went to court or whatever, then he got sentenced 17 years or whatever.
That's what it was.
And then before they took him back to prison, that's when he did the robbery. Yeah. He's probably like, fuck it, I'm doing 20 years pretty much anyway.
Fact.
Yeah.
So let's get onto the camp. All right. So basically, they've had a lot of good players in the rookie camp so far. Just in the last, they've had a lot of good players in voluntary OTAs. There's a lot of players that are stepping up in a massive way, man. Like when you look at our draft picks, like where a lot of people don't agree with the Genty pick, dude. But if you see clips or hear from people that are out there, Genty's like next level shit, man. Like this dude's learning, he's adapting. You can go and take one of the instances like where he was talking about before the pre-draft about his stance, standing up. He said basically this is where it's got me in college. I'm not going to change it going into the NFL. And then you're one, rookie camp in, and he's already got his hands on his knees sitting down behind the line. I just think it makes it look like he's coachable, adaptability instantly. He doesn't have to argue, fight anybody on a conversation of what's going to make him elite in the NFL because these guys are coaches. They've done it at the top level. Like, I think this class here for John Spytek's first year drafting with Pete Carroll here, I don't think it's just good. I think it's the best one out of even John Gruden or anybody else. Like it is. Any draft that we've done in previous days, we have never drafted into this extent of positions or players or depth of good players. Like I think it's insane. Like I think it's insane that you go out there, you get Genty. Genty's out here just fucking showing off like he's a fucking Ferrari out in the freaking highway, you know, like he's a specimen, dude. Like he's a real specimen. Then you look at Beach. Beach is fucking little killer, dude. This guy, like they've said, he couldn't be stopped in 11-on-11s and camp here, dude. He was wide open, touchdown after touchdown. Like they said, he's going to be a deep threat and he's going to be a dangerous player. You look at Grant and Roberts, man. Both of them are showing up already in camp, as in how they come in here with the force, how they act, how they play. Like a lot of good reports on both of them already. Even a video out there where Grant literally stiff fucking one of the players right in the fucking dirt, you know, with the pads and stuff down into the field. Thornton and Porter. You look at Porter and Thornton. Porter has been showing up in a massive way in camp already. People love what he's doing here, how he's developing pretty quick, how he's adapting pretty quick, sticking with players, jamming them in the line. They think he's going to be phenomenal, man, press corner, and I think that's exactly the type of player we need for the Raiders organization. You look at Thornton's out there breaking people at the same way, good route running, possession catcher. I mean, the guy's just
Thornton's my dude.
Yeah,
that dude's gonna be a beast.
Yeah, a lot of these guys that are getting drafted just in this first draft are showing up massively already here on the field. You know, you're looking at Tommy. Tommy's been killer in camp right now. Like a lot of people say, Tommy. I think Metloud or however you say his name. They've said straight up, dude. Like that dude is a straight fucking beast out there, and they love.
Yeah, I said Julian Edelman.
At the receiver position and how well he's running routes and how well he's running just the plays in general. I think when you look at Cam Miller, same thing. Beck has literally said that his production is off of Cam Miller in this camp right now. Cam's dropping bombs. He's playing really good at a very high level, which we'll have a conversation here about the quarterbacks here in a little while. But long story short, that Cam's already playing at a really good level and consistent, throwing open. And I get it. I get it. It's in practice, dude. Nobody has pads on, but they are jamming up in the line. They are trying to go after, but they're not going to sack them, shit like that. And like, we get it. We go over the same story every single year of how they go or not. But at the end of the day, the players are showing up, and they're showing up in a massive way. You look at the way that.
Another fact here, y'all. If y'all really look at this is the first NFL draft that the Raiders drafted players that they really needed. Think about that.
I mean,
the past draft that the Raiders needed. You know, you always had that question in the back of your mind. Why did they get this player? Why did they get that player? We got players that we really needed at those positions.
And we got players that we wanted and talked about and that thought we wanted to get them, which is something we don't do in the past. And to get those players, and Mark called the freaking Thornton Al Davis pick, dude. Like that's an Al.
That's 100% facts. That's why I projected him to our team. I mean, 6'5", runs a 4.3.
Yeah, he said straight up that teams were trying to call up to trade up in front of them to pick him, and they didn't let him. And they didn't let Grant. The Niners wanted to trade up in front of the Raiders, Grant and Roberts, and we took both of them. So, like, that's how you look at the Raiders. Like, we players this year, like, no tomorrow. So, I just think when you look at the receiver position, people were talking about is in, like, how are we going to fix the receiver position? How are we going to fix certain positions? After the draft was over, they brought in – we have like 12 receivers on the roster right now.
Yeah, facts.
Like we ain't lacking motherfucking receiver depth right at the moment. What we're gonna do is find out who
ideally
our third and fourth and fifth, or fourth and fifth.
Ideally, what I would do,
we have good depth of players with these receivers, so I don't think that's going to be an issue.
The way I see it, though, ideally, if I'm Pete, right, like if I'm Pete and Spytek, what I ideally want is I want Jacoby Myers and Thornton on the outside because they're both tall as fuck. And Thornton's a 4-3 guy. And then you go and put Jack Besh in the slot, like a Julian Edelman type.
He's going to play in the slot for sure because that's where his most dominant will be.
Yep.
And
because he's that physical guy.
he's got a motor just like Bowers, Max, and all. Like this, what I think crazy is when you're getting players on that offense right there, dude, that just are relentless as fuck, dude. You got Genty, that's that same fucking way. I mean, this dude is phenomenal. This guy's got some straight fucking moves, dude. Like how fast he can spin in a 360 around somebody just as tight as he's fucking on that dude. He don't get fucking out when he's trying to spin. That motherfucker will spin right next to you like a tornado, dude, and go right by you. Like the guy is phenomenal player, man. Like that's what I think. Like I don't think a lot of people realize just how good that kid is. And I think when he gets out here this year and starts playing, he's gonna make his own name, obviously. But I think Genty's most definitely. I think he's going to most definitely help this team out massively. I mean, I don't think it's going to be.
Facts. I think the fact that we're going to have a run game is going to change everything. Because kind of like when we had Marshall and Lynch in that last year when Gruden was coming in or whatever, and then we went and got Jacobs the following year, and then our whole run game changed in 2019 because Lynch was like on his last legs or whatever, close to retirement, whatever. So we moved onto younger legs with Jacobs, and I think Genty's going to do the same thing, but he's going to have a way bigger impact.
Jalen and them were here. Jalen and Washington.
Yeah, Denzel. Yeah, was it Denzel? Not Denzel.
It was
Jalen, Washington, but yeah, Washington was the spellback at that time.
Yeah, he was we drafted both of them at the same time.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, that year our whole run game changed in one season with Gruden in 2019.
Yes, it did.
Yeah,
and I feel like we're gonna. Sorry, I feel like we're gonna have the same thing again, but this time it's gonna be even bigger way, just because Genty's way faster. He's a harder run. He's a different kind of back. Like Jacobs is more of like downhill, straight at you, north south runner. Whereas Genty, like you said, he can spin around guys and run and get to the outside way faster and stuff.
Right.
So I think he's going to have an even bigger impact than Jacobs had in 2019 and 2020. So
my main concern, I just hope Ashton Genty live up to the hype.
Lou James, appreciate you.
You know what I'm saying?
I think he'll live up to it 100 times better. And fucking Wyatt ever thought about it. I think he'll fucking when you have a player like frickin' like when Barry Sanders and them came into the NFL and they played like Emmett had a line, Barry didn't. He was still very successful, was able to still get off plays because he has vision. He knows how to read plays to get back and off them. Ashton Genty has the same instinct. He has the exact same instinct, dude. The guy has fucking supervision. He doesn't just have vision, he has super fucking vision. The dude sees shit. He knows how to prepare for it. He knows, does he need to set down and hit a motherfucker? Does he need to juke this bitch? Does he need to set him over and fucking stiff arm him into the ground? Ashton got all the fucking moves, dude. Like Ashton's not going to run to the left or to the right and say he has to run gap, dude, and come up into the middle and the motherfuckers close up and Zamir's going to try to put down and go through. He's going to fucking go act like he's going to commit, and then he's going to say, "Wow," fucking right out to the left, dude, and say, "See you fuck later," dude. Like that's the kind of shit Genty brings to the team. You don't have to have superb blocking, nor does any other fucking team in the NFL, because there's great backs on all kind of motherfucking teams across this whole NFL, and they run very good, even behind shit players, because they know how to play the game, dude. Like that's why they study their position. That's why they study their plays. Like having a line is going to help, but being elite is going to help a lot more. Like they see the play before it happens, dude. Like it's already been through their head. They know what they're doing. Like they're not just going out there blind. And I know a lot of people that's never played it or done it or ever even suited up to be in that position just think like, oh, they say hike, they get tackled. You know, it's not how it is, man. Like at the end of the day,
I'm gonna go ahead and say it like this. I know y'all gonna vouch for me. I know y'all gonna vouch for me saying this, but Zamir White is the Jamarcus Russell of a Raiders running back.
Oh, that's facts. I've said he can hit a pole in an open field. I mean, the guy can't find a hole fucking unless it's semi-wide. I mean,
I have faith in the guy, but it's like they say, you can't find a hole in a whole house.
Yeah, I mean, I told everybody last year, if I was the coach and I was coaching Zamir, I said this all year last year. I'd put him at the fullback. I would put him at
Fullback,
fullback. I'd let this guy fucking lead block, and that's how I would play with him if I'm deciding to keep him here on the team. But if we're asking him to go out there and be our lead back, fuck no. I'm not fucking doing that. There's just no way. I mean, at the end of the day, you can be a good person, you can be this or be that, but you need people that are great at that position. And I think how Pete Carroll literally comes in, drafts Ass and Genty, and then goes and gets a monster that literally just put up.
Remember when he was at Georgia down here? I'm like, he ran like a beast. You know, he had good vision at Georgia, and I'm like, he get in the NFL, and I'm like, huh?
He had gaps. And Georgia, they would open him up big old fucking lanes, and he would run right down that deal. There's a big difference.
They had a late offensive line
when you're playing girl football versus man football. You know, like if you're the dominant team in college, you're gonna own those fucking people. And when they hit the line, they open up a fucking lane, and he takes the fuck off. In the NFL, it's not like that. In the NFL. Motherfuckers are holding their own. They're not giving up an inch. They're not giving their. You got to get through the fucking hole. You know, like.
But to his vision, man.
Going back to what you were saying about like Genty not needing the line and stuff. I was going to say the closest thing I could talk about that from experience is when it comes to AFL football, we don't have like line versus line like you guys do, but we have what you call like the midfield, where it's basically a basketball tip off. Then you got your guys that are like wait for the drop of the ball, and then it's like as soon as you grab that ball, you're going to get tackled or hit, but you have to have the vision to get out of that midfield with the ball, because as soon as that ball comes down, there's going to be a guy on you like straight away. So the closest thing I can compare it to is that, and then just having the vision to like dodge that guy and then get out in the open field.
Right.
And it's similar to what Genty does when he'll see like, oh, there's not going to be a gap there, and he'll spin right or left or whatever, and then see that and make his own kind of opening, so to speak.
It's like this. A lot of people think when you say hike,
it's that ball carrier vision.
They think that when you say hike, you have to go 100 miles an hour. That's not what it is.
It's being patient and seeing the gap.
LaDainian Bell, that played for the Steelers, he had some of the best vision I ever seen people even play in the fucking game. I watched the guy literally they would hike the fucking ball. Ben would hand him the fucking ball, and I'd watch that guy put his hand right on the back of some motherfucker, and he would just fucking go with them, dude. And then all of a sudden he can just fucking break. He just knows. Like, some people just have the vision to let shit come to them, and then they know how to counter it, when it closes in on them.
Yeah, facts.
Genty is shown, dude, throughout his college years, dude, that it's not even that. If you go back and watch high school, you watch college, you just watch this guy's whole trip down his road. The kid is just phenomenal. He's phenomenal. He has every single
his
move
vision
in
is
the
crazy.
book, and you don't get that good. Just being a fucking lame ass, dude. Like, it doesn't. I mean, you go look at Saquon Barkley's numbers where he was in Penn, and then you're looking at fucking dude over here in Boise. He don't even have a fucking line like Penn have, and he's still putting up those fucking numbers, and he's still running over motherfuckers all day. Like, he's gonna most definitely live up to his hype. It'll be up to us to help him. For damn sure. If we want to make him Hall of Fame, we want to have, tough games where we win. Yeah, our line's going to have to help. And I've said it. Tom wouldn't have went out and got fucking Kappa if he didn't feel like the dude was going to fit the need. And he didn't allow them to get him without knowing that his replacement was already here on the team, which I've said it's Meredith. They've already thought about this. Like, people out here can have feelings. People out here can say this, that, or the other. Tom didn't come fucking here and fire everybody last year, take over his deal, put his name out there. Everybody knows it's running through that motherfucker. And for him to go pick dink fucking people, it's just like he said about the draft. He said, I pulled myself out of the draft, so I wasn't in their deal, but he signed off on Cam motherfucking Miller. He said he want Cam fucking Miller. So you know why he said that he wanted Cam Miller? Because he had him here in the 30 visit. He was able to talk with him. He's able to study him. He's able to sit here and say, just like I posted, that he has motherfucking traits just like Tom has, that he can teach him certain things. This guy just has more mobility, obviously. But when it comes to thinking, the way that he processes on the field, how he goes through his progressions, does he look through his progressions first before he runs, like how he manages the game? And Tom picked him over Shador, picked him over fucking Quentin Viewers. He picked him over everybody, dude. Like, and I told everybody Jackson Dart was going to be a bad motherfucker, dude, and he already proven that right now. Like, we should motherfucker, but we'll get to that point later. But at the end of the day, Tom Brady said he is good with fucking Cam Miller, and then not only that, he not only gets Cam Miller, he gets Tommy Metlow that literally just played him in a fucking championship game that literally just had about the exact same yard. First touchdowns, first running touchdowns. It was like 195 yards, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns, fucking 1 rushing for both of the players. Like, they both played a great game, dude. Like, they both are good players. So, and they took them from the exact same division, the FCS, but at the end of the day, he got winners. Like, Tom knows, man, like, you don't have to come from big name schools. You don't have to be this. You just have to have the traits that he can be able to develop, that they can be able to process over here, and then make that transition out there. I've said it, like, should we have taken Shador in the 3rd or 4th? Fuck, I said it in the Discord when we made those trades and picked up those extras. I would have grabbed them. But for them to sit there and go after Porter and go after Thornton and put those as bigger needs for our team, which we would never have done in the past. I like that. I like that move. I like
facts. Just we already had Gino and we already had Aiden. So
visual, like, I love that move there. So I would just say, like, at the end of the day, I think they're prepared to roll with Gino 100%, which is fine.
Yep.
Aiden, I think they have 100% confident in Aiden that if somebody's to get hurt this year or not, it's going to be Aiden playing that game. It ain't going to be fucking Miller or anybody else. But I think they like the depth that they have there when you're looking at quarterbacks and players, because you have Tommy, if somebody was to get hurt and they were supposed to be done, they were to get done. I don't see mom. Oh yeah, that's right. You're right. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I think if somebody was to get hurt, even all the way down the whole board, you can look to your fucking receiver and be like, well, you played quarterback, like, and he played at a very high level. So I think this Pete Carroll and fucking Spy Tech killed it. They killed the motherfucking shit. They killed the positions. They killed everything. I told everybody, I believe that Richardson was going to be that dude up on the line here this year, and they're already saying it right now over there in camp, dude. Like, this dude showed up in a massive way this year. He's going to fucking most definitely shine here. I believe, like, they are going to play him. Porter's going to have to take rotations to be able to earn his place in there. But I've even said Bennett can get hurt and fucking one of them can take over instantly.
Just as a question, who do you have as the 2 outside corners, and who do you have playing the slot? Do you have Eric Stokes playing the slot?
Yeah, Eric Stokes will be in the slot. I think it'll be Cameron Richardson on the outside, and
with Bennett
on the other side. And then I believe that Porter will play rotation, and then odds are Bennett's going to get injured, just like he's been injured both years already. And one of these guys will take over and take that position. So I like Bennett. I've talked to Bennett the whole time. I think Bennett's a great player. I think he has it, but if you can't get away from injuries, dude, and there's guys that don't get injured, and you're sitting here looking at the structure of, you look at all of them, okay, they're all 4.3 speeds, so they're all fast motherfuckers. Like, there's just no doubt about that. The difference is Richardson and Porter are like the fucking ideal corners in the NFL, period. And Pete Carroll has 2 dudes that are 6'3" and 6'2" that are running a 4.3 40. And
all our corners run a 4.3. That's I looked it up the other day.
That's
our first 5 corners, they all run a 4.3.
Yeah, it's facts, dude. Like, that's the thing I think is
that's crazy.
I would believe you want the Porter Richardson combo over the Bennett combo. I mean, I think Bennett's a great player.
I was even thinking they could put Bennett in the slot.
Yeah, I mean,
because I was going to say at Maryland he played some slot.
Yeah, you can move and try things for sure. I would just prefer, like, if you're telling me your two back people is fucking Chin and Paulo, fucking 6'4" motherfucker, 6'1", 6'2" fucking guy. And Chin is a hard hitting motherfucker. I don't know if people know this, but Chin is
Oh,
related
that
to
guy can
Steve
hit like a
Atwater. Steve Atwater is related to Jeremy Chin. So that's where the fucking gets his hard hitting, seeking fucking motherfucker right there. Like, he's a little badass. But
I
at the
actually
end of
wanted him when you came out of college.
yeah, I think at the end of the day, when you're looking at your back, that's fucking averaging 6'1", 6'2" to 6'4", and then you're looking at your corners at 6'2", 6'3", then you're looking at your linebackers that are just fucking running all over the field with Smith, fucking White, and Roberts, dude, and then you're looking down at your front fucking line with Malcolm, Max, and fucking Christian and Butler. I mean, you're goddamn fucking getting wrecked all over the fucking field with speed. Like, there's speed, height, and players. Like, you're playing fucking big ball football. Like, you just built your team massively big right away. So I think, like you say, you go to the offense, people are like, oh, the line this, and the line is going to be just damn fine, dude. I mean, if they move Porter out or if they move fucking Parham out of there and they put in fucking Grant or Roberts, we're better already. So I don't think that it's going to be as bad as people think, dude. I mean, they're setting up to make sure Genty goes out and has a good year. They didn't just draft him and then Pete Carroll's like, I'm one of the best people that develop players, develop position, and I'm going to leave this guy out to dry. Like, that's fucking crazy. What? Did all his credibility and everything that Pete's done from USC to Seattle, even New England to here, just go right out the window? It just went right out the fucking window, right? Because he became a Raider? Like, that's crazy as hell, dude. Like, that's not what happened. Pete knows what he's fucking doing. He knows how to build teams. He knows how to win.
About the two cornerbacks, combination, Porter and Bennett. They this a true Raiders blast from the past. That was a dynamic duo, Michael Haynes and Lester Hayes. You remember they was tall and they could hit real good and they can intercept real good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that cornerback duo gonna be real good with the Raiders, man. I really do, man.
Rod Woodson was also good.
Y'all know last season that Raiders secondary got burnt.
Yeah, facts. That's why I liked when we had Rod Woodson and Charles Woodson.
Yeah, that burnt.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the moves
that was an interceptor,
this year. I mean, let's be real. As much as I'm not a white, fucking Devin White player, I don't really like him much. But to get him at 27 years old, transition him here to a Pete Carroll defense, and Pete's great with linebackers, dude. He's only developed 20 of them so far, but at the end of the day, for him to be able to bring those type of Jalen Smith and fucking Devin White and
that's crazy. We got Jalen Smith.
You got fucking Amari Gainer out there just fucking killing it right now. Like, you got a lot of people here that are going to make massive step ups here this year just in the linebacker core. So
one guy I'm going to keep an eye on too is that guy from Baylor, Matt Jones. Remember when we had that? I can't think of his name right now, but we had that linebacker a few years back. He was like a special teams ace mostly, but he was also like that linebacker.
Right.
I think he was an Islander or something, but yeah, he stayed with the team for like quite a few years, mostly as a depth piece, as a special teams player. I feel like Matt Jones can fill that same kind of role because Matt Jones is a tackle motherfucker, so he's not. He's got to work on his coverage and stuff, but he can tackle like a mother.
Oh yeah.
So I could definitely see Matt Jones on special teams, and then also maybe depth piece on linebacker.
Yeah, you had this one person commented on Wasted Show talking about the Raiders didn't go after a lot of linebackers in the draft. What do you think about that?
Hey, do you understand me?
I think we're just looking at building depth, and I think there's going to be competition for because we'll probably keep like 6 linebackers, so there's probably going to be competition especially for the 5th, 6th guy in the roster. And I think they're going to have to be special teams contributors as well.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be good at defense this year, man. I think we're gonna be. You think we're gonna be in the top 15 or the top 10?
All right, give her a hug and kissy. Oh, all right, good job. All right, adios. Let's go. Let's go, bro. Hey, give me 5. All right. Later. Close the door.
Austin, can you shut the door?
Well, Dustin, with this defensive line that we got, man, you think we're gonna be in the top 15, or you think we're gonna be in the top 10 this year?
I'm telling you, I would not be surprised if Malcolm Kuntz outdoes Max in sacks this year. And if we end up he could have 14 to 15 sacks, dude. I mean, I think Malcolm Kuntz has been waiting and his time is here. Like, I think he was going to show people last year his time was here. The injury only going to make him want it that much fucking more. Like, I think Malcolm and Max are about to wreak havoc on fucking the NFL this year. And I think finally Max is going to get the fucking Chandler Jones and every person that they've been trying to get to.
So is that defense going to be a top 10 defense this year in the AFC West, it's
going to depend on the corners that show up. It'll depend on what's the final linebacking core at the end of the day. I mean, it doesn't just depend on the front. I mean, you can have the baddest guys in the whole front line and still suck. I mean, that's Myles Garrett, so I think at the end of the day, we're going to be looking at the corners and linebackers is going to determine our future. Chin is proven the guy can play his position at a very high level. Chin is a steal for us. Like, that was a great hire, great pickup. He's going to play his spot and he's going to light the fuck up out of people. Paulo, I think Paulo is about to show people too. I think Paulo can show that he can get in there, he can read, he can pick off the ball. He can hit you. He's a big body dude. He can get in the box. I mean, I think Paulo's going to shock a lot of people. So I'm not worried about the back end. I'm more worried about is the corners and linebackers where they're going to be at. I mean, do we have to go out and sign a corner to bring in veteran corner? Like, are we going to get a Asante Samuels, which I don't know if he would make sense. Maybe like a Stephon Gilmore, Hilton, somebody of that factor that you can bring over here that's played it and play rotation so other players
we need a vet.
Type deal.
A veteran presence in the corner. If you're talking about cornerback, we need to go after some kind of veteran that doesn't mind not being the full-time starter. I mean, Stephon Gilmore would be ideal just because of his talent level, what he could teach players, but I don't know if they want to go that route.
I mean, depending on how much he wants and what his role will be here. And like I've said, you're going to have second wave of free agency from people that are going to get cut, post June 1st cuts, other cuts because the dudes got picked up.
That's true.
You're going to have a lot of things that are going to pop up here in the next month, and trades included. So at the end of the day, I think we got to get through the camp. We need to see where the players are at. They need to see where the players are at. This right here, if every video you watch, they're playing at such a high level, it's not even funny. Like in the past where AP and Gruden and Josh McDaniels all talk about that energy and that fucking fire, it ain't been nothing like this. These motherfuckers, every fucking snap, every single possession, they're hungry. They're hungry. There's a massive difference in coaching just in the motherfuckers present being on the field. Maybe the way he interacts, maybe the way he talks, maybe the way he talks to them in the meetings, in the building. He demands.
Yeah, I think because Pete knows how to talk to like young guys and veterans alike.
Dude, hey, look, you tell me the last Raiders draft when all the Raiders picks was battling in the trenches to get a starting position. You tell me that.
I'll take it a step further, not just say just the drafted guys, but even some of the UDFAs that we brought in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We got
some. I like the draft.
Miami, the guy from Miami. That was a fucking great pickup right there.
Yeah, I couldn't. The one I posted about Jafari, I was like shocked that we got Jafari as a UDFA. I'm like, what the hell? That guy wasn't drafted? I'm like, what the fuck? That guy wasn't drafted. 7.5 sacks last season. And he killed it
I was shocked that Philadelphia gave that defensive play away, man. That was shocked.
Exactly.
That was shocked me, man. That was shocked me. That Philadelphia.
I would say 4 years because the first year they don't really play. So I was to even say it's more like 20 and 4 years really, because the first year they're pretty much redshirted anyway.
That
Yeah,
was
I'm not
shot
gonna
me.
lie.
That Philadelphia Eagles player, man. When Philly gave, I'm like, Philadelphia gave away a defensive player. What? That was shot me.
What
That
was it?
shot me.
What happened?
Said the defensive player that came from the Philadelphia Eagles to the Raiders. That was shot me, man. I was shocked at that.
We got
Really, I really was.
we took their
I really
scout.
was.
We took their fucking lead scout.
Yeah, well, oh, man. This song right here.
What, bro?
Yeah, and the one I was going to say that that UDFA we got out of Bay linebacker, Matt Jones kind of reminds me of Kyle Wilbur. That's the guy I was trying to think of before. The linebacker we had, Kyle Wilbur.
Kyle
He
Wilbur,
can
I
play.
remember.
Yeah.
Mm.
So Matt Jones can fill a similar role of playing special teams at linebacker, and then also as a depth piece linebacker, kind of like Wilbur did for a while.
Okay.
Just because he's got that tackling ability that I can definitely see him contributing on special teams and then developing. And it could be better. It could be better than that, but we'll see.
Yeah, it seemed like all these players that we done drafted got that beast in them, man. I like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can see that with Matt Jones, just the way he likes to get his head in on the tackles. Like he doesn't mind contact at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about,
take a guy
man.
out.
You cannot pick another Raiders draft class that had beast players trying to get that number one spot, man, on that team.
Yeah, exactly.
I say the last time was in 1983 when they won that Super Bowl, man. Their third Super Bowl.
Yeah, facts.
They beat the Washington Redskins. But this class right here, this draft class right here, this draft class gonna be on fire this year, man. Really?
Yeah, like I was saying a minute ago about Pete and the energy he brings, man. I mean, you can tell when coaches come in and are winners. Like I told everybody when they were talking about AP, I told them, fuck AP. Everybody, I want Harbaugh. I said, I want fucking Harbaugh.
Me too. I told you that too.
What we're doing, because they're winners, dude. They know how to change shit. They know how to win, dude. Like, and you look at what he did with those Chargers right away. Took them straight into the playoffs. Took players like us and Dobbins, man, and turned them into good players all year. Now this fool guy's fucking Hampton and fucking Najee Harris, and it's gonna be problems, dude. But at the end of the day, those type of people know how to build culture that fast. They know how to get results that fast. They're player coaches, dude. Like they know how to talk. They know how to get the results out, dude. Like they know what it takes to win. And when you get a guy like here and you just see the camp and you see the way that people are running and how they're running routes or how they're playing or how they're hustling back, it's 100 times different than any coach we've had here in the last in any time I can remember, probably since the first time Gruden was here. You can just feel, hey, enough, let's go. You can feel everything here is different, dude. Like you look at Beat, dude, when you go pick Beat,
the whole energy is just different.
And you're just hoping that he's going to be a good player. He's not a good player. He's fucking great. Like he's great. He was in 11-on-11s in camp. And they couldn't stop him. They couldn't stop the dude. And when you're sitting there thinking like, okay, you were just asked, hey, what happened? What happened? Huh? Did you fall and get your knee? Huh? What did you run? Are you okay? Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, go out to your mom, man. Watch out for that. When you go and get a player like that, you're hoping that he's just going to be a good player. Like everybody thinks, first round pick, he's going to be the best option. He's going to win, blah, 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 blah. People forget that Max was picked in the 4th round, dude, and we're sleeping on our 4th round pick and Thornton. It doesn't matter where you're picked. It matters how much you want to play fucking football in the NFL. That's what it matters. Yeah. Do you want to go the fuck home and be broke, or do you want to fucking push yourself to limits you've never been pushed yet before? A lot of people can get by. A lot of people can just get fucking by. That's why they're not phenomenal and not superstars. But the dudes that do push themselves, they set themselves apart from everybody. They're way fucking different. The way that they use, the way that they practice, the energy around people, they're winning motherfuckers. That's why they're there. They want to win, dude. It's just like Tom Brady commanding his team for so long, or people like Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, fucking Michael Irvin, Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, fucking Harrison, fucking, you can go down the list of great receivers or players that's played at the and teams position wise over position. It's just, you look at our players, we've got a lot of great picks in this draft. We have a lot of great picks, not just a few, a lot, man. And if we're sitting here trying to say like we're supposed to get better and we want to go from, you know, 4 and fucking, what is it, a 4 and 14, or no, it's 4 and 13, right? Record to fucking winning record. Pete's already installed the winning record, and Spytech. They've already gave us the option already. Like they need to get the production now. They're not sitting here saying like, damn, I don't know if someone can pick them up. What did they pick up that other dude from the Bears that's 6'5"? Motherfucker, fast running motherfucker too. He's just never really done nothing since he was drafted by Jacksonville. But they're looking for fucking big body burners, dude. Like they want to make sure that your little ass fucking corner over there ain't gonna be fucking coming up and hopping up in their fucking arms. You know, like there's level of jumping and contesting versus dudes that are like, I'm just gonna smoke you and out jump you. You know, like, and you look at our players, we most definitely have it. And you're looking at Beck, put on tape and watch Brock and Beck. They look like the same fucking player. They literally look like the same fucking player. The way they run their routes, the way that they catch the ball, the way that they get in and out, the energy they bring, they're like fucking twins. It's just, it's crazy how they put these.
Another thing I was going to say, you know how there was all the reports about, you know, Michael Mayer possibly being traded and all that shit? I said the whole time that if they did it, okay, but I'd rather not do that, because if you don't do that, you can move Brock around and make Brock the number 1 wide receiver. And then you can put Mayer as a true tight end, or you have the dual tight end sets. And if you're having the dual tight end sets and you have Bowers and Mayer together, that's going to be deadly as fuck with having Thornton or Jacoby or whoever else out there with them.
All right.
So that's why I said, like, if we moved on from Mayer, fair enough. But I'd rather keep him, just because it gives you more options with Bowers at that point. You can keep him as the true tight end, double tight end sets, like 13 personnel, whatever. Or you can just put Bowers out wide because he can play anywhere, and then put Marion as the third end. And if you have 5 wide receivers, you go for it and have fucking Bowers, one tight end. Also, not wide, but 4 tight ends, and one personal group is 4 receivers and 1 tight end. And then
one thing for sure, that Geno Smith got a lot of weapons to throw to.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I mean, if you look at it like this, you're not depending on Thornton to come out and produce this year. You're not sitting
exactly not. Like, no, he's just going to be a role player for now.
Number 2 or 3, nothing. You don't need him to be, because you just need him.
He's going to be a role player.
Tennessee caught 26 balls for fucking 600 and some odd fucking yards. You need a field stretch and do that averages 25 yards per catch. So if you're rotating him in and out with Tucker, because ideal would be Tucker because he's been here longer, he should be the more proven receiver already. And if Thornton comes in and dogs on Tucker, well, you already know Tucker's out of here. There's no fucking way you're keeping him when your 4th round pick just came in and dogged on dude, been here for 2 years. Like, it's just not going to happen.
That's facts. I think Tucker will be the main slot guy to start with.
It's going to be like Tucker, Mayer, fucking Beck in the fucking slot, or Myers. You have Bowers. You have fucking. You should run dual tight end in this system and chips. So you would have Mayer and Bowers inside at all times for at least majority of the time, blocking or receiving. That's where you're going to be able to play off with Ashton Genty, dude. Like, this lineup is lethal. It's lethal because if you're to move, even if you're to move Tucker out and you were able to fucking get the development out of Thornton right away, I mean, you look at it like this, okay? The Chiefs do it all the fucking time, okay? The Chiefs do it all the time. They bring in big body dudes that can fucking stretch fields that were not fucking big names in college or big place, and they get them out of them all the fucking time. if we can bring in Thornton and just get 26 fucking receptions out of him this year and average 600 yards, we're going to be just goddamn fine. I've said it.
That's
Wide
facts.
receiver 1 should be 1,000 yards. Wide receiver 2 should be around 600 and 800 fucking yards. Wide receiver 3 should be around 600 fucking yards. They don't need to be 1,000 fucking yard players. There's only so many yards per year, 44, 45, 5,000, depending on how it is. Average is like 3,500 fucking yards. 17 games, you're looking at maybe 4,000, 4,200 yards. So however you're wanting to split the fucking math, if you're halfback with 1,000 and you're fucking tight end with fucking 700-800 or 1,000 and your fucking number one receiver with fucking 1,000, 15, maybe 800 and your two, all those yards are going to get split up real fucking fast. Real fast. Three players
That's
majority of all the yards, dude, like literally. So everybody,
I mean, Myers just had 1,000 last year, so you got Myers, then you got Bowers. So Bowers and Myers are going to get the most targets, I would imagine. Because I say Bowers and
if you get
Jacoby,
Michael Mayer at fucking 400 yards,
May
2-3 touchdowns.
Exactly.
You know, you have all kind of options here where if you were to split around the yardage, hey, let's go out. If you split around the yardage with the type of receivers or halfbacks that we have, even Raheem Monster, dude, if Raheem goes out there, we got to remember,
at least 300 or something.
2023, the dude pushed over 1,000 yards for 21 fucking touchdowns in the NFL. He fucking got injured, dude. So there's nothing saying this guy can't come back here in a Chip Kelly offense, which Chip has had this guy with him every fucking where he's gone damn near. When he came here from the fucking Eagles to the Niners to now here, Chip knows Monster very fucking well. So if he's able to play off the dual halfback with Genty and Monster, we're going to fucking kill it. I mean, we're going to kill it. We have dual everything. We have dual halfback, dual tight end, dual fucking receivers. Like, we have dual everything. Like, there's nothing here that's sitting to say, oh, we have a problem with the fucking offensive lineman can't block. Well, guess what? Michael Mayer go up in that bitch and block a motherfucker. Oh, guess what? Now we have a sixth eligible lineman because Chip Kelly knows how to play with the 6 fucking linemen down on the fucking line, and he can fix that problem. No goddamn problem. So we're not sitting here talking about Luke Getsy and AP running our fucking team.
Yeah, facts.
They know what the fuck they're doing. I told everybody the whole fucking time they're trash. I told them that they should have never got that fucking job. I've said it the whole time. I know my quarterbacks and I know my motherfucking coaches. Like, no doubt about it. And I called that shit the whole fucking time. We just make fuck ups all the time. But the Pete Carroll is not a fuck up, and it's not even close. All the coaching staff, all the people that are here, they're doing their job at a very high level, dude. I mean, goddamn, halfback coaches are badass, dude. I mean, every person here.
Look at what's that guy we got from college? He used to be a head coach in the NFL. I think he's the run game coordinator or something.
The dude that came from Notre Dame?
No, the Joe Woods or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
The coach that came from college, but he was also a head coach. He's been an NFL coach before.
I don't know. I'd have to.
I think it's Joe Woods or Joe Woods. I think it's.
I'd have to see him or see who he is.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, him. I think he's our run game coordinator. No, that might be Ben Carroll. But I know he's like a running back coach or something.
Badasses here. I mean,
yeah, he got some badass coaches this year.
Well, I'm finna get ready to cut out, guys, because my phone need charging.
All right, dude. Have a great night.
It's been fun.
All right,
all right, y'all take it easy, man.
He's all
so I'm just gonna look it up because otherwise the shit's gonna drive me crazy. Because I know Brendan Carroll is the offensive line coach. I know
Brendan Carroll's offensive line. Fucking Nate Carroll's the quarterback coach with fucking Greg Olson. You got a lot of people. I mean, there's some good. I mean, there's some pretty good.
I'm talking about the defense guy, but I'm talking about like stopping the run. But he can also help the running backs. Yeah, pass game coordinator and defensive backs. Joe Woods, that's the one I was trying to think of.
Yeah,
pass game coordinator.
Halfback coach.
Yeah.
How many wins do you expect the Raiders to get? I mean, if you look at 4-13 last year, and if we're just being a Pete Carroll offense and defense with Chip Kelly, the roster that we have put together right now,
at least 8.
I would say I would think we'd have to get 8. I
8 would be
mean,
the minimum, I think,
I
and
think
then 10
8
maybe.
should be our high or low either way. Like we
Yeah,
should be striving for 7 or 8 wins no matter what.
yeah, no
Uh,
matter what, and then
I
10
believe
maybe if everything pans
if
out.
this team shows up on both sides of the ball, if
Could be
this
higher
team
than that, I think.
on both sides of the ball, if our draft picks pan out as in our fucking corner, if Richardson comes out and he plays well, if White and fucking Smith and Roberts play well in the linebacker, and our offense comes out and is able to be fucking 24 points per game, I'm a fucking say
Because
we're
I
gonna
feel like
we're gonna
if you look
finish
at
first
like
spot in
when
the
last
playoffs.
time we
I
had a
mean, I
Broncos,
would
right?
not even be surprised if it was the first time that 4 fucking teams from one division ended up all in the
Going
playoffs.
to have
Like, I would
players,
damn
yeah,
near
I
say
agree.
that. And I damn
What I
near
would,
go even more on a limb and say we can probably kick the Chiefs from the fucking equation with the way that the Donkeys and the fucking Chargers and that we may be able to kick the Chiefs from this fucking whole deal. And they might go from first to fourth just that fucking fast. So I don't think you're going to do it to the Chiefs or the Chargers or the Broncos right now because they got good. They got better. Like there's no fucking doubt. They got better. The Chiefs don't get better. They didn't get better. Their team's still trash. Their players are in trouble all the fucking time. Kelsey sucked ass last year at the end. Like there's a lot of
yeah, they got a lot of issues right now.
what do you need this for?
To plug it in when you're done.
Into
The
what?
annoying thing is that I think they brought in a tight end that they're probably going to use. I can't remember the name, the one that Chiefs drafted, and I said straight away, "Oh fuck, because I said it during when we were doing the Discord for the draft. I said, "There go the Chiefs again, replacing Kelsey already."
I mean,
I can't remember who.
I can see us going 3-3 in the division where we all split a
Yeah,
game.
3-3. Yeah, that's what
And I
I
can
think.
see us going 4-2 and sweeping the Chiefs. Like I can easily see it, dude. Like I can see us being 4-2 or 3-3. Like that's where I see us. And I think if we were 4-2, we sweep the Chiefs. Like I don't think we'll sweep the Chargers or the fucking Broncos, but I strongly believe we can sweep the Chiefs, dude. I don't think the Chiefs are getting better. Like they're fucking refs, dude, just got busted with their love fucking affairs. So they're all in the UFL now. So I think we can most definitely. And if I think that our highest ceiling can be anywhere between 10 and 12 wins, dude, I mean, the
Yeah,
roster
so 10 to
or
12
the
is the high.
schedule, the players on the teams on the schedule can allow us to win right away. And if we're sitting here saying, can Ben Johnson get a team built faster than Pete Carroll? I'm betting my money on Pete Carroll. Like
That's
when we're
facts.
looking at teams that are building up, I'm not going to say that they're not going to be good. I'm not going to say the Jets team ain't going to be good. I'm not going to say the Giants ain't going to be good. I'm not going to say all this. What I'm saying is Pete Carroll will probably get to that result faster than they will. And maybe one team out there may be able to make the transition that can be ahead of us, but I don't think they're all going to be ahead of us. So I think Pete can most definitely get there. I think he can take this team. I've said it. All I've been doing is watching players after player after player, the people that were bringing in free agency, the people that were bringing in through the draft. Pete literally put players where they need to be. Now they just need to show up. That's pretty much what he did. He's like, Thornton, you want to fucking be a superstar in college? You want to be here? Come on. He's like, you were able to play. Look how well you played with Nico that has deep downfield accuracy problems. And now you got a Geno fucking Smith that's going to put it right in your
That's
fucking
facts.
in your lap. You know, like there's a big difference of how these guys can produce. Nico's a great player, and he's probably going to be a champion, especially at fucking UCLA. But I most definitely would say Nico has problems throwing downfield. He has big problems throwing downfield to wide
Hell
open
yeah,
players.
I think Thornton could have been 1,000-yard receiver this year if he had a bit better quarterback play.
Eddie, I mean, say that again.
I was saying that Thornton coming out of college could have been 1,000-yard receiver in college this year. He had a bit better quarterback play.
Yeah,
Because a lot of the Vols fans that I know think the same thing, that Thornton should have been 1,000-yard receiver, but if it wasn't for a few off-target balls by Nico.
I mean, Nico is all off on a lot of details and over there.
Yeah.
And he has a lot of potential, and him going to UCLA, they'll probably get it out of him better in
They will.
Tennessee. They'll
Yeah.
see. I mean, I think he's going to be a big time player when he gets here. So I don't think he's a guy I would sleep on for sure.
Oh, I'm
But
not going to sleep on him, but he needs a bit of
he
work
could
on the
have been
downfield
a lot
side.
more dangerous with people like Thornton, you know,
So yeah,
and and Eddie LaDainian Tomlinson. That's very true, man. I mean, freaking. He has a lot of traits that LaDainian has, dude. He has the fucking mobility. I think he's a lot more agility than LT is, but at the end of the day, I think freaking Salute, I appreciate you, bro. I think he has a lot of traits like him. I'm not even gonna argue that. I think he has a lot of the traits, the catching, the backfield. I mean,
with the Chargers running back in the day, that's David Thompson.
yeah, Damian Thompson was a little
Yeah,
badass. I think he leads the
facts.
rushing touchdowns in a season.
Yeah, in a season he
Um,
did. Yeah,
he was a straight badass. We can
facts.
possibly
I
get a
think
win or
he's.
two off of maybe
I
the
have to check
Chargers or
again, but I'm pretty
Broncos.
sure he's
We
still
could
somewhere around
possibly
top 10 to 15 running
do
backs all
a full
time.
3-3. If we were to go 3-3, then we would be everybody in our at least once backs. I mean, I think we're gonna all beat them all once.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is having Pete Carroll's the
Carroll is
first time we've had a
play.
proper coach since John Gruden the second time round.
I mean, Pete
And
Carroll
if
knows how to play
uh,
against Harbaugh. That's his fucking rival,
that's what I was
bro.
gonna
Like
say.
that's his rival nemesis.
I could
And I
see
don't
us
give
actually
a
going
fuck
2-0
what
against the
halfback he
Chargers
has
just
over
because of
there.
how Pete knows him.
Pete knows how to play him, so he's
Yeah,
not gonna.
that's what I'm saying.
They're
We
not
could beat
gonna
the
beat.
Chargers
They're not
twice.
gonna beat us every time. No fucking way.
No, I say
He-
1-1 at least, but maybe we can even beat them twice, depending
I'm telling
how the
you, the
game
Chiefs
goes.
are gonna fall off. Just mark my words. Chiefs are gonna fall off, man. I don't care what anybody says. The Chiefs' run is about over here. So they're the Golden
Yep.
State Warriors, where they were able to go win when they could, but the second they didn't have it no more, they're just gonna keep trying, dude. Like they're just not gonna get there. So if I'm just being honest, like at the end of the day, I think fucking the Chiefs are gonna be the last ones in this division. They can have Patrick Mahomes all they want. You don't have the other players around him. And he's only going to get lucky with some of these players for so long. It's not going to keep happening, dude. Their halfbacks are shit, dude. Like, can Pacheco be good? Yeah, but he's been injured the whole fucking time. Like, a lot of their players
I'd say their main worry
they're
is
always in
offensive
trouble.
line. The offensive line's been an issue for a while.
Damn right. And that fucking defense has been holding on by
And
a spatula,
if we
dude.
had I think if we had a healthy Wilkins last year and a bit better at coaching, we probably would have beaten the Chiefs at least once last year.
I think we would have beaten a lot of these teams last year. We damn near did beat the Chiefs in their fucking house.
That's what I'm saying, in their house, yep. And I reckon if we had a healthy Christian Wilkinson and a bit better coaching, we would have won that game.
If they didn't fumble that snap, dude, on that fucking deal.
Yeah, that last deal, yeah. But I don't
Yeah,
think what I mean is I don't think it would have even been that close if we had Christian Wilkins at DT and we had Pete Carroll over AP. I don't think the game would have even been that close to come down to like a final play like that.
I think I think it's his last, dude. I mean, his players are all holding on to fucking mere hopes at this time, dude. I mean, when you look at how Kelsey played last year, Kelsey's like fucking 80% of their offense. So what do you do when Kelsey ain't there no more? You know, it's just like Andy Reid was over there with Philadelphia. He had badasses. He had badasses. Deshaun Jackson, Terrell Owens, he had McClain, dude. He had that fucking halfback too that was in here, and I just had his name and I just spaced it. He had that good ass halfback too that was over there at the Shady McCoy. I mean, this guy had a stacked fucking team, and the minute that they got to the Super Bowl and fell off, that's when it just came to an end. It just came to an end, and he got traded, he didn't get traded, he got left to go to the Chiefs, but it's just, I feel like this is the same thing. I watched him do it there, and I'm watching it here right now. Like, I don't know what moves did they make here in the draft where you're like, damn, that receiver. Like last year when they took the receiver in the fucking first round at the end, the dude I wanted fucking
Well,
Worth,
they only drafted 4
Worthy.
players. Like, I'm just looking at it now. They only drafted the tackle, which it was a good pick, and then they drafted that defensive tackle from Tennessee, which ain't bad. That Omar Norman or whatever, that lock guy.
Yeah.
But he's not like earth changing. We'll see. Then they got that edge player Ashton, whatever, out of Louisville, and then they got that cornerback that I liked out of Cal, which was that Noel Williams, the corner. But that's nothing game changing.
Hell no. Not when you're looking at all the picks that we picked in our deal and all the people we brought in free agency. Dude, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, when I watched them walk by just now, I almost looked.
Yeah, that's like, what the hell?
I was almost
I
like,
think
what
as a
the
missus is
fuck?
like, holy shit. Like,
Yeah, I was like, what
is
the
that a ghost or some shit?
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? Fucking but at the end of the day, I think at the end of the day, they're gonna fall off, man. I think they're gonna fall off. I mean, I'm not gonna say they're not a good team. I'm just saying I don't think they're gonna be the best team in this division for much longer.
Yeah, I just don't think with the talent that
you have too much money locked up. You got too much money locked up in Mahomes, dude, where you can't move it around to your players, and then you're gonna have fucking what's their defensive tackle Jones over there? Fucking, he's gonna be the next one, dude. I mean, that team's gonna be over here in a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
because
they're all going into this year with the hopes that they make it back and win a Super Bowl because they know it's about to be done. Like, that's what I truly believe.
Well, they have to because, like you just said, they got so much money tied up in two players, like in Mahomes and Chris Jones, that they don't have enough money to build the team around them.
And all their players are mediocre.
Yeah.
All their players are mediocre at that point. So
yeah, exactly. Because they just lost they also lost that other dude Snead last year. You know, they corner Snead or whatever.
They picked up that dude Justin Ross, dude, and I like him a lot. And I like him a lot. I mean, I think fucking that guy there.
Because I think they're going young too. They have to because of the money in Mahomes. So they're trying to build young, kind of like we are. But I don't think they got the same level of skill players that we got though, through drafting and stuff. Well, how time will tell.
Who do you think that they got us scheduled for week 1?
Could be Chiefs. I don't know. Be interesting.
I've heard
could be division
going around saying it's the Giants.
Oh, the Giants. That would be a better game for us week 1, just because new coach, new schemes, new players. I'd rather have rather not have a division game straight out the gate.
There was people talking about that they feel that they think that we're going to play. What did they say? We play the Donkeys week 1, Chiefs week 2, Chargers week 3. I'm like, bullshit, dude.
Oh shit, that ain't gonna happen.
I don't even know if that can happen. I don't even know if you can play your rivals 1, 2, and 3 like that. I think there's you have to spread them out or have a certain spacing.
Yeah, I think there's a rule that says they have to be at least a month apart or something.
Something has to be different in there because I think you can play back-to-backs. I just don't think you can play 3 back-to-backs in the same division because then you're going to have to do that again later on in the season that matches up the same way. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to go down. But I don't know. I don't really care who we play in week 1. If I'm just being honest, I would like to play the weakest fucking team out there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying because having a new coach and a new offense
and shit in weeks fucking 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to make sure our team's already getting going. I don't want to come out here and play the Chiefs that's been together for the last fucking 6 years, and we're fucking trying to put up too many pieces together, and we think we're just gonna go beat them. I don't want to do that shit. I want to let our players play together for a few games, understand each other, and then play motherfuckers like them.
Yeah, that's facts. I mean, I agree. That would make it way better because, like I was saying about the new coach plus getting the new OC and Kelly and everything, running a completely new offense and everything. You want 1 or 2, at least 2 or 3 games first under their belt, just getting used to the new offense. Because I'm not worried about the defense as much, just because we got the same coordinator in Graham, so the defense is more gelled already. But with having a whole new offense, it's still going to be some kinks and stuff that Kelly's going to have to figure out as we go along. I still think the offense is going to be explosive out the gate though, just because of the players we've got and the fact we got Ship who's an offensive genius. So, but even with a great coach like that, there's still going to be kinks you got to iron out that you're only going to notice once you start playing other teams.
Chip's got to come in and install his offense, and then
Yeah, that's what I
install
mean.
the players. Then you got fucking Patrick Graham that's going to be changing his defense with fucking
With Pete's mindset. Yeah.
with Pete. So you're going to have a lot of things getting moved around all at one time. But the way
Yeah, I
Pete
agree.
is, I don't think Pete's going to jam up Patrick Graham. I think Pete will be able to adapt with Patrick Graham so he can be able to make a transition smoothly. I think what he's going to do
Yeah,
with
that's what I
Graham
think.
is kind of fine tune him, where he's going to say, okay, when you do this, you don't want to do this. When you do that, you need to put protection over it. Or you see when you're down here, you're leaving yourself vulnerable here. Like, I believe Pete is more visionary type person where he can help him change his scheme, change the way that he's looking at the game. I've said it. Patrick Graham will probably get a head coaching job after he has a stint with Pete Carroll, because that's what Pete Carroll does. He gets people head coaching jobs, like Dan Quinn and all of them, Gus Bradley. I mean, numerous dudes that were defensive coordinators went on and got head coaching jobs. So I think at the end of the day, that's what he's going to help with Patrick Graham. Just fine tune the defense, give yourself coverage over the back, play bigger and taller with your safeties, like bring your linebackers, DNs all down to the line and bring that pressure, like he knows how to play coverage and playoff. So I don't know. I think, like I said, I think he brings a lot to help on that side of the deal. Chip Kelly, he's going to bring 5 wide on the deal, then come back with fucking dual tight ends. I mean, you're going to 100% see split backfield. When was last time we seen a split backfield in the Raiders? Like, you're going to have split backfield with your halfbacks easily. When you have Monster and Genty, there's no fucking way Chip ain't running both of them sitting in the backfield with Bowers up on the line and fucking Beck and maybe even Jacoby. Like, he's gonna have a heyday with this roster here. And it's not even that. Hell, he can pull Beck out or fucking Mayer, and he can put in Tucker or Thornton that are just gonna burn you. So I mean, at the end of the day, and it's not even that. Tommy is gonna find a spot on this team. Tommy is
Tommy Millard. Yeah, he's gonna be Julian Edelman. He's gonna be a quarterback converted wide receiver like Edelman was.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of things here, dude, where you may play one less lineman just so you can play one more wide receiver, so.
Yeah, what I would do in that case, like what you're saying about switching the lineman for the receiver, that's where you put in like a Bowers or a Mayo, because they can still block.
Mayer just comes up and beats the 6th lineman on the line.
Yeah, yep, facts.
It's what Gruden did when he knew that what's his name was getting dirted on over there. He wanted to help protect him, so he threw out a fucking nether lineman.
Yep. Facts.
But I don't, like I've said, Chip Kelly's offense isn't like other people's offense, man. And if you look at the way he played with the Eagles and so on with the fast tempo, dude, and then when he went over to Ohio State, he changed this whole game. He changed his whole entire game.
Yeah, he slowed it down hateful.
Damn right he did. He slowed it down. He has a way better understanding and scheme of it this time around. When he was in the Eagles the first time, he was
because they had the no huddle.
Fast, no huddle, just trying to run down. Now you look at him over there with Ohio, it's a whole different ball game, and I think that's exactly the transition he'll make here this time around. Where he can carry that tempo with the team right this time. He don't need to run the hurry up, but that's where we can be dangerous too, where we haven't been in the past. We don't run the hurry up, dude. It's like, oh, we're fucking down goddamn fucking 20 points. We still haven't run the hurry up. But with a guy like him, we may be up 7 and still run the hurry up, dude. He might just say, fucking hurry up, let's get to the line and fucking go. Like, he might want to catch the defense slipping, and get them off guard, where in the past we wouldn't do that. Chip will do that. And that's the thing I kind of like, is we have a fucking offensive coordinator here that's going to test your defense every fucking snap now. And then not only that, Gino's been killing it in camp from what I've heard. Like, from the camp that they've been in for the last few weeks, Gino's been killing it with the players. Like, they say he's spot on, dude. Like, they say this guy's accurate as fuck, puts great ball placement. And I get it. We don't have pads. We don't have this right now. But the fucking guy is putting the ball where it needs to be, and that can go way better for Gardner Minshew and Booger Eaton Minshew and so on than we were talking last year. There was a lot of conversation already about Aiden and fucking Gardner. That conversation ain't even happening with Geno. So I think when you're already starting out the year like that and the consistency, and it's not even that. Beck said he's been killing it with fucking Cam. So him and Cam, when you're watching him and his highlights and him out there in the field, it's Cam throwing him the ball most of the fucking time. And he said, like, him and Cam are killing it, dude. Like, so I'm just thinking when you look at the players or how they're, developing just in this little bit of camp, which ain't much, but it's something that matters. It most definitely matters because if you're playing at a high level now, you'll play at a high level later. If you're not playing at a high level now, you're just hoping you're going to play at a high level later. So when you can sit there and see Bowers and fucking, I've said it, Bowers and Beck are fucking like twin brothers, man. Like the way they get off, the energy, everything about them. Like
the one thing I was going to ask is, I can also, because you know how you were saying that Chip likes to run the dual backs and stuff. I could see it a better, because I feel like Lube's development last year was totally fucked over by AP. Like the way I look at it is Dylan Lube's.
Well, that's going to be a tough one there. That's a tough one
because I feel like it's tough because you got so many backs, but then we don't know what he is yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean you don't know who Sincere McCormick is either, and he came from USA, dude, and he is a little fucking badass. He is the only other guy. He had 2,500 yard seasons back to back. Fucking McCoy is a fucking actual great player. Like he came from a great deal. He's done the same thing. He's like I said, he ran 2,500 yards.
Do you think we keep 4 running backs with Chip?
Dude, if I'm just being honest, I mean, you keep Luve because you just drafted him, and if I'm trying to push my main halfbacks, it's gonna be fucking Sincere, Monster, and fucking Genty. That's
Genty, yeah. That's what I had to. Yeah, I have Luve just making it as the 4th guy, just because the reason why I'm keeping Luve, I'm just thinking
you can throw him in the 4th
not just
slot.
That, yeah, because I'm thinking with Lube's skill set, because he's also a receiver. Because if you look at his time in New Hampshire, he was like their leading receiver as well as their running back.
If I'm just going to be honest, dude, I can see Tommy taking his job easily.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. It's like then maybe that's his main competition is going to be Tommy Lou.
I would say Tommy's about to take a lot of these guys' job. I mean, he plays at a way higher level. I mean, the guy just came off a bowl game against Cam Miller for championship game. Like he's not no slouch, dude. Like the kid is fucking very high motored, very high tempo. Like he said, and he was willing to give up the quarterback to go to the receiving position, knowing that they were drafting Cam. Like that's what I think's even more crazy. So he already was in agreement of it because he wanted competition. He wants to be with competitive fucking people. So instead of him pushing, I want to be a quarterback, he's like, hey, this dude can ball out. He can run. He can throw. He can get me the ball, So I think when you're looking at a lot of our deals, I think when you got McCormick and you got all these people, I think fucking that's kind of where I would be at.
Yeah, I can see Tommy being that kind of joker role, like what Gruden wanted to get out of Lynn Bowden back in the day, or just a better version of that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I think freaking, I don't know if Dylan's gonna get on there. Dylan can most definitely get there. I just don't know if he will. I think there's just too much depth here. I mean, what happens when they say we want 6 wide receivers and we need to keep a receiver and Tommy, but we like these 6 that we got here from the UDFAs who we drafted, and then they're like, we can move fucking Tommy over to the halfback and still gain a receiver and a halfback. Like it's more depth of where they're playing their players. Like they have a lot of depth. Like they have a lot of fucking depth.
It's crazy. But Pete, that's like Pete says though. His program is all built on like competition, and like you can see it already. Like just the amount of competition at every position, like receiver, running back. The only position that's not really a competition this year, like you said before, is probably quarterback. Just because Geno's killing it, so it's not like it's not a competition like last year. There's still a competition, like he still has to win the job, but it's just there's not that much, like it's not that close of a competition right now.
If I'm just being honest, I hope to God, like I hope to God that they told Aiden, like, if you can win
You're the
this
backup.
job from him, you can fucking have it. Like, I hope to God that's how it went down. Like, I hope that they're giving Aiden a fair chance to take that job if he's the better quarterback. Like I've said it, if Aiden's the better guy, and he can be the better dude, then let's do it. But this is where I've had the whole problem about when you go and get a guy that's your guy. When you go get Gino and you have Pete, is Pete going to be so blind that he's just going to ride it with Gino because that's who he brought in and that's who he's dedicated to? Or is Pete going to be honest that if they get into camp and fucking Aiden is the better quarterback, is he going to pull an AP where he goes with Luke Getsy's trash ass and says, "Oh, I'm going to take Booger Eating Mitchell over Aiden"? When Aiden clearly was playing better ball. I told all of you guys, dude, that those
Yeah,
reports were
facts.
bullshit. I
Yeah.
said that these guys were lying in camp, dude, and then the end of the year, fucking AP's like, "Yep, we should have went with them. We fucking blah blah blah," his bullshit story. But at the end of the day, I'm just hoping Pete is open minded, just like he was with Russell Wilson when he took job away from Matt Flynn when they drafted him in the third round. So
Yeah,
I'm most definitely hoping that Pete does that with Aiden because Aiden deserves it. Aiden deserves to be able to fight for that job. If he's going to stay on this roster, they shouldn't just automatically assume he ain't good enough to go win. Like he's most definitely got a record that he's won with. A dude like he's 7-1 as a starter when he plays as a good team. And a halfback over 100 yards. Like Aiden's tough player to beat. So it's just I believe Aiden don't have the dog in him. That I just don't think Aiden has the dog. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. I like Aiden a lot.
Yeah, I feel like
Great dude.
he's a good player, but it's, like you said, I don't think he has that, like, I want to take your job
When you
mentality.
got Cam and fucking Tommy, they're gonna show you dog. They're gonna show you dog
Yeah,
every time out there.
facts.
Like they're a whole different breed
Yeah,
of players.
you can
So,
just watch that FCS championship game and see that from the two and how they're going like back and forth, so to speak.
dude, look at it like this: Shador gets drafted by the Browns in like what the 5th round? Does he go in the 5th round?
Yeah, I think it was 5th round.
Was it 4th round, 5th round, 5th round?
I think it was 5th or after, and then we drafted Miller the round after
6th.
in round 6. Yeah.
So either way, Cam gets drafted. He goes over to the fucking Browns. Dudes are trying
Shador,
to
yeah.
fucking have a good time with them, trying to deal. Like he doesn't seem like he's like, oh, like he's not in it. Like he's just better than them. Like he said, oh, if they wanted to change their deal, that's why they drafted me. Like he always has this just high fucking praise of himself, which is fine. I don't really care. I don't really care about it or not, but all I'm trying to say is like his ego versus how he's over there with the Browns and where he was drafted and not. And then look at our guys where they were drafted 6th and 7th round, just won fucking bowl game in college. They've won 2. They're easily the 2 winningest most players in the FCS. What is it?
FCS, yep.
What is it? Fucking
North
Cam
Dakota
is
State and
45 and 11, dude, and fucking Cam is 45 and 11, and fucking Met is 38 and 8. So it's not like you got some slouch ass fucking players that are here playing. Like, and not only that, you don't see them with the attitude of Shador where they're drafted at. They want to win. They want to come here and win. And this is what I think is crazy, okay? You look at Shador where he goes to the Browns, and I'm just using him for an example because of the fucking type player he is. He's just conceited as fuck. If you take Shador and the opportunity that he's getting with the Browns, and you look at his energy towards the players, it's nothing like our guys. Like whatever Pete tells these kids in the fucking room, in the office, whatever he tells them on the field. I don't know if he calls them in the goddamn office one by one. I don't know what he does. But whatever it is, you can just tell it's massive. It's massive, dude. Like the energy he brings from the players, the type of winning culture that they've never even been part of here yet. It's just
You know what I feel like it is? I feel like it's a mixture of that mad scientist kind of football guy mixed in with like the fun grandpa, if you get what I'm saying. Because he has that, and he has that, and like the smarts and that wisdom of like a football genius kind of guy. But then he also has that youth to him that he still can like interact with the young players as well. Kind of like when you get like a fun grandpa or whatever.
Yeah.
And then so it makes you want to listen to what they have to say, or want to like that leadership quality or whatever you want to call it. So I feel like that's what Pete brings to the team that we didn't have last year with our coaches. We didn't have that same energy. We didn't have that leadership from the coach.
I know if you look
Was
at
it as much as people wanted to say, "Oh, AP's the kind of coach that players want to run through a wall for him," I say bullshit. Pete's that kind of coach. Like what Pete's bringing this year is what people expected from AP last year as wanting to run through a wall for your coach.
Three players. You're not just getting three players that'll run through a wall for you. Like
It's like the whole team, man. Both
you got
sides
the
of the
whole
ball.
fucking team running through that bitch
Yeah.
at one time. Like
Exactly.
you have them all coming. You have them all
Yep.
coming. And
Exactly.
that's the crazy part is that how does he get them to buy in so fast? Like what does he tell them that other coaches don't tell them that get them all to come out and play like they're already playing good together? Like they're in uniform. They're and what I mean like uniform as in the way they're moving, not in a uniform like
trying to play it. It's almost like when you watch Remember the Titans, you know what I mean? And he tries to get the team bonded, but it's just happening like super fast.
I mean, look at some of the drills, dude, where they're all coming down, they're running their fucking drills down the field, and then they got to stop at the end, and then
what I think it is,
the other end and fucking come right back, and they're all just fucking straight up.
You know what I think it is?
The whole time, I'm like, well, we've never done shit like that.
That's facts. And what I think it is, I think it's Pete's mentality in the sense that he don't give a fuck if you're a first round pick or a 7th round pick or a UDFA. Everyone's going to compete, and then whoever is the best man for the job is going to get the job. So that when all the players feel like they're on equal footing, regardless of where they're picked at or whether they're not picked at all and they're a UDFA, and win a spot, I think that's what drives them, because they're like, okay, it doesn't matter that I came in as a UDFA or a 7th round or whatever, I'm still going to get my shot, and I got to go out there and do it. So I think it's partly that, probably mixed in with a bit of like Pete's energy, like just his uplifting energy and his coaching experience.
Yeah, I think, dude, like I've said, I would not be surprised if Aiden comes out here and unleashes this year. I mean, Aiden's going to have to clearly win it. Like, there's not going to be a doubt about it. But if Aiden has finally fixed himself to be able to go out and be consistent and fucking fix the mistakes and, get his timing down, like, I'm not going to lie, Aiden can be a dangerous player. I've said it, dude. You look at what he's done.
Yeah, and the thing is, Aiden ain't as immobile as people think he is if you watch him in Purdue. Like, there's plenty of times where that dude ran for like 20 yards and stuff.
And I've said, don't think Gino is just a savior, because he could be another Gardner and Jimmy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because yes, that's just like them, dude. Like, I would not sleep on Gino like he's some fucking great player. I would more hope on Aiden, that Aiden would get his shot, and not only get his shot. There's going to be a big difference when Aiden gets his shot this fucking time, because his first time was with Bo Hardigree, that's never fucking coached any motherfucker in the offensive coordinator. And then his second stint was fucking Luke Getsy's trash ass. And you're telling me he's going to get Chip fucking Kelly and he ain't going to fucking win?
Yeah,
you're crazy as fuck. You're crazy as fuck, dude. Like, he's going to definitely win. So,
and then you also got the better head coach as well.
On him not taking his job.
And I also like the fact we got Brennan Carroll over that Craig guy, because remember how we had Craig as the offensive line coach?
Yep.
And now we've got Brennan Carroll running. I think it's Brennan Carroll who's doing the run game and the offensive line.
Carroll from Washington. He was Washington's offensive line.
Washington, yep. So, he knows how to coach quarterbacks, because he was the one, I'm pretty sure he's the one coaching Panks.
Yeah, and you got his brother here, Nate Carroll. He's the one
Nate Carroll.
With quarterbacks. He's the one working with quarterbacks.
Yeah, Nate Carroll, yeah.
He was with the Panthers and so on. Like, He was with the Panthers before he came here, I think. So, but I mean, we got a lot of good people in depth here. You got Greg Olson, as much as I don't like him as a play caller or things of that.
I like him as a quarterbacks coach, though.
He's a good quarterbacks coach. Facts. He
Yeah,
knows how to
facts.
talk. He knows how to work
Gave
with
Derek Carr his best year, 4,800 yards and whatever.
Yeah, with Derek. Yeah, I think Aiden needs to get polished for sure. He's not very polished. I mean, Aiden will throw out wide open play. Aiden will hold on to the ball too long and take sacks. I mean, Aiden's a great player. He's just gotta go a
I
long
think
way.
some of it's getting the game to still slow down for him. It doesn't help when you had like 2 shitty OCs in a row, like one that's never been an OC and then a shitty OC. Doesn't help when you're trying to develop that just the NFL speed and stuff.
Well, I look at it like Bryce Young, right? When Bryce Young got drafted by the Panthers, he was supposed to be a great quarterback, and his stats show when he was with Alabama, he most definitely was a great quarterback. So when he came here, I tell everybody all the time when we talk about it, I don't give a fucking what you do in the NFL, especially with Nick Saban. You're coming to a team that may not have that coach and don't even have a coach that can teach you like that. You might be better off over there than you were over here to begin with. So if you're asking me, like when it showed like Bryce was going to be out of the league, dude was going to literally be out of the league. They were demanding trade. They literally pulled him out as a starter. When they fired that coach,
when they
and
put in
gave
him.
him the other coach, that fucking kid took off. He took off like a
Facts.
bat out of hell. And I've said it. You give Aiden from Bo Hardegree and fucking Luke Getzey to
Luke
a fucking
Getzey.
Chip Kelly, fuck, he may take the fuck off too. So you
And
don't
plus
know.
bringing
You may
Greg
get him
Olson back in to help
better
develop him.
open plays, like just better scheme, you know.
Yep, facts. And then a better quarterbacks coach too with Greg Olson. Because say what you want to say about Greg Olson as an OC, but as a quarterbacks coach, I'll take that. Because there's a reason why Greg Olson's been in the league so long. He might not be the best OC or anything, but he's definitely a good positional coach.
Yeah,
like when he can because some guys they're just not cut out to be an OC. Because an OC you got to worry about the whole offense, but as a quarterback coach, he just needs to focus on the quarterback. So he doesn't have to focus on all the other shit that comes with being an OC. So some guys are a bit more in their element when they're just one thing that they can just key in on.
Yeah, and I think with all the depth that we have here, it allows people like Chip to stay focused on his part in the offense.
Yeah, exactly.
And develop the players behind them. Like that's how I feel with theirs is like this team's got a complete deal from front to back.
Yep. It's the best coaching staff we've had so far, and even better than when we brought Gruden back.
I think easily. And then it's just like I've said, offensively, I think they have the players there. I think Chip can get it done. Defensively, they got the players there and they can get it done. It's just, are the players going to show up to get it done? That's where it's going to matter the most. And do you have a lot of UDFAs? Do you have a lot of these players? Yeah, the good part is we get to keep them and go into preseason with them. So that's the great part there. So as many.
Yeah, I'm actually very eager to see the battles in preseason.
Fuck, some of these dudes are going to take some of these starters' jobs.
Yeah, facts. I agree. That's what I'm so eager to see this year. Especially the running backs for me, just because I favor the running back position a little bit. But
dude, if you show up here on a bad day, you come here on a bad day, you're fucking.
You're gonna lose your job. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna lose your job. Like when the ball gets rolling. And it's time for us to start getting the program kicked off. If you show up on a bad day, there's too many guys behind you that are not. That's why he made a great decision in how they built this team this time.
Yeah, exactly. He said competition is going to be the number one thing that they look at, having competition in every room.
Facts.
Like in your quarterback room, halfback room, wide receiver room, there's going to be competition in every room.
I'm going to grab me a soda real quick. I'll be right back.
Nice. Yeah, so as I was saying, the thing I like about this coaching staff compared to previous coaching staffs is we've got development coaches at every position that allows the OC and the DC to focus on the key elements of their role. And then we've got competition in every room, from quarterback to offensive line to wide receiver to halfback. Then on the defensive side, we've got so many competitions going on behind Max and Clint's. It's probably going to be 2 DNs, but after that, who knows who the next fucking 2 are going to be or 3 are going to be. You got a D tackle, yeah, you got Christian Wilkins and Adam Butler, but then the battles behind those 2 guys. There's going to be so many guys competing for the 3rd, 4th, defensive, 5th defensive tackle. Then you go look at the safety room, apart from Chin and Polomau, all the safeties behind Chin and Polomau is up for grabs. I'm probably going to keep 5 safeties. So the other 3 safeties is going to be up for grabs. Then you look at corner, you've got Jacorian Bennett, DeCamerion Richardson, you got Eric Stokes, you got Lott also for safety that they brought in. You also got the other guys in, like Melo or whatever he's from Ohio State, I think it is. All these corners they brought in as UDFAs. You got Darian Porter from Iowa. There's just got so much competition in every room.
And can you imagine if Darian Porter and Richardson somehow, and don't get me wrong, Bennett too, but I'm just saying, if Porter and Richardson come out and class Bennett and they fucking start, I mean, you got 2 tough fucking corners. Like, you got 2 tough
you
fucking
could
corners.
literally have 2 lockdown corners there. And I'm happy moving Jacorian Bennett to the slot
years.
at that point.
You can have him for years.
That's facts. And then you can also, I'll be happy moving Jacorian Bennett to the slot. Like, if he's your 3rd best, then you keep Eric Stokes as a rotational guy, and then you put Jacorian at the slot, because he can play slot or outside. It's like this. That's what I like about this year. There's just so much competition at every level. And when you have competition like that, it brings out the best in players. And I feel like the 2 things we've been missing for a while, is, see, with Gruden, we had the head coaching, but we didn't have the defensive coordinator, and we didn't have the drafting that we have now. Like, we made some good, some bad draft picks with Gruden. Like, some were good, some were bad. But this is probably the first time I say, like, the whole draft class and even the UDFA class, like the 15 guys that they signed, they all have like a legitimate shot at either starting a role or being a depth piece and special teams player. Like, they all have a shot at one or the other. So it's probably the first time from top to bottom that we have coaches at every position, like, that can enable the DC and the OC to, like, focus on their key roles. Because I mean, I think you got like 40 years of experience in our defensive back room, because you got Marcus Robertson and then you got Joe Woods for our defensive back coaches. And I think one of them Joe Woods is like 21 years experience, has also coached his own college team, has also been, I think he was a head coach in the NFL at one point, if I'm not mistaken. And then you got Marcus Robertson's also been like a DB coach for years. So it's like,
Rudy, where he's saying that we shouldn't have taken 2 defensive tackles in the linebacker room. Look at our linebacking core right now. Jalen Smith was here in 2023. He couldn't play under Daniels or AP, because AP was linebacker coach then.
Yeah.
And he comes out here last year. He has to retire. What's Pete do? Pete says, come over here. We'll give you a camp tryout. You're just invited to camp tryout. And he fucking signs them. There's a big difference in the coaches and his players. If Jalen Smith pops up, he's better than any one of them draft picks out there for goddamn sure. And
that's facts.
Amari Gainer is our player. We got him. He's on our team. And if he's producing, why do we need to draft the linebacking player? You know, like,
that's facts.
And we have the dude from last year. We already have a linebacker. What's his name?
Yeah, Tommy Eichenberg, and then we also drafted the one in the Eichenberg.
Like,
I think it was 5th round.
Drafted players to be there.
That's
and then
facts.
we picked White, Robert, and Smith. I mean, all 3 great players.
Exactly. It's like we upgraded so many positions pretty much overnight, pretty much. And it just goes to show you that Spytex knows his shit. And so does Pete. Because, I mean, who would have thought
that it was easier
to
players for DT in the draft and easier to find veteran linebacker players in free agency. Because
Exactly.
at the end of the day, linebackers need to be elite. They have to be veterans. They need to know the systems. They know how to play now.
Yeah, especially a Mike linebacker.
Tackles, you can put them down there. If they fuck up, the linebackers are the ones that clean up. So I think, like I say, it's better to have veteran linebackers than it is to have a rookie linebacker, in my opinion.
Yeah, we did draft Cody, but that was like a 7th rounder, almost verge of UDFA where we picked him up. So that's what we don't. I see Cody starting off as a special teams guy or as a depth piece. Well, we might. Then we'll just see how his development goes.
Yeah, Lindenberg.
Yeah, Lindenberg's he's a good prospect though. He's got a high upside. But I see him starting off as a special teams
player
guy.
at best. He'll be a special team player at best. Practice squad.
I actually like our UDFA that we got out of Baylor more than Lindenberg. Matt Jones.
Well, they have what? Jalen Walker over there?
Yeah, Jalen Walker's another one I like, the UDFA, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing I was going to say is it's just crazy the amount of depth that we're finding this year because, I mean, how the fuck do you go and get Jafari as a fucking UDFA? Like, I was so sure that guy would have been drafted by somebody, at least in the later rounds. Because, you know, it's not like he came from a small school. Like, he came from Miami and MSU. Had 7.5 sack season. And then I think he had something like 10 tackles for loss as well and shit. More like, 40 tackles or something. And then he didn't even get picked up at all, which is just crazy when you think about it. That's why I put that post out saying, like, is he a player that, like, slipped through the cracks of the draft and could be like one of those UDFA guys that, yeah, he gets brought in as a UDFA, but then becomes like a contributing player.
Who was it?
Jafari Harvey.
Fuck yeah, he's a little badass. He's gonna be
That's
a
what I'm
badass
saying.
to watch.
Yeah, I reckon he's gonna at least be the 4th or 5th end, depending how many DNs we keep.
He can fucking take Snowden and them's job, dude. If
That's
Snowden
what I'm saying. He's gonna
gets
take
fucking
Snowden's job.
drunk and fucking not showing up, dude, he can most definitely take his job.
Because the only ones I got as locks is Max and Kuntz and probably Tyree, because Tyree, we drafted him as a high draft pick and he's still got his rookie deal and he can also play DT or DN. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Well,
I'm also giving him one more year.
Depending on how he plays too, he might play outside linebacker. You never know.
That's true. That's true. And then the thing is with him, I'm giving him, like most players I say I give him year 3 is like a year to show up as year 3. But because he came in with that foot injury, he wasn't supposed to play year 1. I give him to the end of next year. Then I'll say, then that'll determine like what Tyree is. Like I know what he's capable of, but who he is will be determined.
I think if they were just smart, I've said this for years. I said this was Cleveland Farrell's problem. When we drafted
keep him at one spot.
Yeah. When we drafted Cleveland, he played at fucking DT. And he fucking he rushed he had I think he had almost the most
You talk about when he was in Clemson, when he was the ACC player of the year or something.
He was there with Christian Wilkins. Fucking he had the most pressures when we drafted him. So the first year that
he was the what do you call it, the ACC
rate
defensive player of the year. Yeah,
because
he was ACC.
Now they rate Aaron Donald, Max Crosby, all these guys in pressures, and said that those are good deals to have, so you can be elite. So Clee had him. Clee was fucking up there like a motherfucker in year 1.
That's facts.
But in year 2, they started rotating them. They want to play him DN, DT, DN, DT. They wanted to keep moving him back and forth, and he just started falling off the fucking board. And then we want to fucking say that it was him because we kept on wanting to move him the fuck around. I said
need to keep him at one spot.
And I say this about fucking Tyree Wilson. Tyree Wilson can be the next DeForest Buckner. He has the arm span. He's tall, lanky. He's a big fucking bodied guy, and he can stop the run like a motherfucker. So if it was me, I'd keep him in the defensive tackle position And I would let that motherfucker play there. He's strong. He's strong as fuck, dude. Like
That's facts. And his main way of
hold his
like
own down
he's a
low.
power. Yeah, he's a power rusher. He's not a speed rusher.
Damn
Like
right he
Kuntz
is.
is a speed
He's not a
rusher.
finesse. He's not a finesse. He
He's
fucking
not a
strong.
finesse guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he's
I mean,
strong.
you saw that year, and this is what gets me crazy with some fans trying to say like, "Oh, Tyree's a bust," this and that. I mean, did you not watch him put that Cowboys fucking lineman on his ass?
That's facts. That was in
Yeah. And that was when
preseason.
his foot. And that was when his foot was still like recuperating.
Yeah, I think Tyree Wilson, if he plays DT and he was to just stay there, he would be a tough guy to beat. I think he'd be tough. I mean, if you bring Jafari, dude, and fucking move off Snowden and
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Snowden. I'm not gonna lie because I don't. I
mean,
feel like
boy,
I don't want drama in the
boy.
team. Like Snowden might have the skill set, but I just feel like he's for what Pete's trying to build. I just don't know if he has the right mentality or not. The way I just when you go out and do stupid shit like that, it's like now you're gonna prove to me you're not gonna do stupid shit like that. Because I feel like I was kind of disappointed when we brought him back in the sense that I felt like Brady and Mark should have sent a message to the whole team that if you go out, you get drunk and do stupid shit like that, we're gonna cut you.
Yeah,
Because I feel like we had too many incidents like the Ruggs incident, then you had Jacobs getting drunk and shit, you had Hobbs do it. Like we've had so many instances since moving to Vegas for shit like that, and then you had the Snowden incident. I think Brady and Mark and the whole management should have just sent an instant message that just said cut him and said like if you're gonna fuck around like this, you're gonna get cut. There's no place for that bullshit in the
That's what
team.
you have to do. If you don't set that precedence, then
Yeah,
you're just
exactly.
and I think with Tom here, he's most definitely going to set that precedence, dude. Like he's not going to allow Spy Tech, and Pete ain't going to allow it. Like Pete will not allow it. You're not going to fucking come do that. You got to remember, Pete deals with college kids, dude. Like, and still to this day, Pete goes back and forth. Every week he still goes to fucking USC and teaches his class, and still flies back here to Vegas to teach the Raiders. Like Pete's dedicated as fuck. And at the end of the day, Pete knows how to deal with young kids just like he knows how to deal with older people. Like Pete's a rare coach, man. Let's just be real. Like I was gonna say earlier, look at Bill Belichick, dude. Bill Belichick's got this fucking little girl, dude, that is causing all kind of problems with them at North Carolina. They're already thinking about motherfucker not coaching this year because they're just like, fuck, we don't want this shit going on. We don't want the drama that's going on with it, dude. Like they're already talking about Pete or Bill Belichick not being the coach this year when the season starts. But I don't know if that'll happen. I think that's pretty harsh, but they're talking like Pete Carroll came out of a house with no shirt on in the morning, fucking this, that, the other. And they're just talking up Bill in different ways, right? And he's a great coach, and he's going to still be able to coach great. But look at Pete. Pete's 72, 73, same age, somewhere right around him. Pete's fucking flying. Pete's like Trump. Pete's like Donald fucking Trump, dude. Like, that's what it is. Pete, hop on a fucking plane, fly straight to California, go give a fucking seminar. Teaches kids, young kids, high energy, fucking all want to be somewhere. He knows how to deal with the tempo of them, and he's fucking goddamn 73, I think. And then he hops on a fucking plane, flies right back here, fucking deals with NFL fucking players, people that sometimes feel like their ego's bigger than who they are. Like he's dealing with so many different deals, and he gets it out of everybody. Like it's fucking crazy, dude. Like Pete's a unicorn, bro. Like Pete's a fucking unicorn. Like literally.
He has that leadership that you need in a head coach.
That matcha fucking.
He has the leadership qualities similar to Gruden, but I think Pete just has a different kind of energy though. See, because Gruden was like, I'm not into dreams anymore, I'm into fucking nightmares. Exactly. So he had his way of coaching to get through to players, whereas Pete has his own way of doing shit, and it works every time.
Pete got a great way, like whatever Pete's doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Gruden had a good way, but Pete has a great way of doing it.
Yeah, whatever.
Because he can. Because see, Gruden's ways might be okay with veterans and stuff, but it might not be good for the young kids. Whereas Pete's way, it doesn't matter if young kid, old veteran, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's very true. I mean, he pushes his players, he pushes his people. Pete's a very, very high educated person, man, and I hope his sons, I hope somebody of his family gets it like that. Like, I really do hope that somebody in his family can carry out who he is as a human being coaches, players, because that's rare. It's just rare. It's rare that a 72-year-old dude, 73-year-old guy can come in, deal with 20-year-old kids coming out of college, NFL pros that are here that need big contracts like a Colton Miller or things like that. And you got a Jacoby Myers fucking. You got multiple people that are on contracts, dude, that need contracts. Most people that were in their situations would probably not play, they'd try to hold out. And Pete's probably like, if you show up and play, we'll work a contract. You know what I mean? Like, and they're here to play. And like he probably told him, like,
That's
we
facts.
don't want people that are not here to play. Like, if you're here to dispute your contract, then to play on the contract that you have already while we work one, then we just don't want you. Like, he has to be telling them some shit like that because
Facts.
every guy is
'Cause I
showing
mean,
up. People talk
I
shit
was
on
gonna,
Colt Miller. Look at everybody talk shit on Colt Miller, beat writers and
yeah.
all. Said the minute Colton didn't show up, they were like, Colton's holding out. He doesn't want to play, blah, blah, blah. And I wrote a post right away and said, bullshit. It's voluntary fucking OTAs and he don't have to fucking
Yeah,
show up,
facts.
dude. Like,
That's facts.
what the fuck is he
I
got to
said the
show
same
up
thing.
for?
I said it's voluntary. That it's not. If it was mandatory OTAs, then we can say some shit. But if it's voluntary, they're not. He doesn't need to show up to those. He's a veteran anyway.
Shannon and Bill need. That's fucking facts. That's hell funny. Stay away from the snow bunnies. Fuck, they're both in trouble. But no, that's why I say if they know, they're gonna know. So
That's
Pete,
facts.
I mean, Pete is a fucking great coach. So I think I'm just hoping we get, even at 72 or 73, I just hope we get the best Pete version for our team. Like that's all I'm hoping. So if we get the best Pete version for our team, then we're doing all right.
Well, I think it's like you kind of touched on before, where it's like it's not like we're asking Pete to play football anymore. So as long as his mind's still sharp, like cognitively speaking, then I think we're good.
Fuck,
Because
you see him out
some
there.
of
You see
the
him.
smartest guys can be 80 years old.
Damn right. Fuck, Trump's running the fucking world, dude. And he ain't, look at Joe Biden, sleepy Joe Biden's ass compared to Trump, dude. I mean, woo, massive difference. One dude fucking falling asleep while he's standing up, the other dude taking over the whole fucking world. Like, fucking, I'm telling you, goddamn fucking Pete is fucking Trump, dude. Like, this motherfucker, he's high energy, go anywhere, do anything. He's smart as fuck. Look at him, dude. He's out there jamming fucking corners. He's out there jamming corners and fucking playing receivers and linebackers and throwing the fucking ball as a quarterback. Like, Pete fucking's crazy, dude. Like, Pete is crazy, man. So he don't want to
He's one of those dudes where like
you put your hands like this. He's like, bam, you put your fucking hand like that.
no offense to Pete or anything, but I'm just saying that this is a bit of a joke, but it's not meant to be offensive or nothing. But Pete's like got what I call Peter Pan syndrome. It's like, yeah, you got older physically and stuff, but you're still like a kid at heart.
Hey, that's facts. That is straight facts. Like the dude at the end of the movie when they put the fucking dust on him and he flies off into the air, fucking back as a Chinese kid.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Do you think Pete lets Graham cook on defense or tries to implement his defense philosophy?
I think he'll just make adjustments and let Graham do his shit.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he does because let's be real. If Pete was going to change the defense, he runs a cover 3. So they would have to most definitely change the team around a lot.
I don't think they would have kept Graham if they were going to do that. I don't think Graham would have come back as
You'd have to go to a 4-3. You'd have to go to a 4-3.
Yeah.
You'd have to have 2 main down line or DTs down in the line.
What I think
then
what
you'd
I
be
think
running
would happen
across
though,
3 linebackers that are permanent, I don't think we do that. I think they let Pete. I think they let Graham run his. They just let Pete fix him. That's what I think they do.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Because what I'm thinking is they'll let him like Graham run his like his own scheme or whatever, but then Pete will be like, oh, if you change this little thing here, or if you drop the safety down a little, a bit more closer.
I think Pete.
Little adjustments like that.
I think
Like
the good thing about Pete is.
shit.
I think the good thing about Pete is that if Patrick Graham, this is what AP needed. If Patrick Graham is down on the field and he's fucking getting ready to call play, and fucking Pete is seeing this with the players coming out, he's gonna be like bullshit. He's gonna be like bullshit. He's either gonna tell him to audible the fucking play, or he's gonna call timeout and tell him to fix the fucking play. That's where I think he's gonna help Patrick Graham become a better fucking player, like easily.
Yeah, facts. Like, yeah, if he sees the wrong personnel out there or something, depending on what he sees on the field, that's fact.
Cover 2, they played a cover 3. Gus Bradley and fucking Dan Quinn both played cover 3s with the Seahawks. Do they play?
Yeah, he had Gus Bradley.
Yes, they
Gus,
do.
Gus Bradley was a cover 3 guy. Because the Legion of Boom was Gus Bradley.
Gus Bradley got burnt in the cover 3 here.
Yeah, he got burnt here, but I was saying back when he was with Pete, it was cover 3 with Pete when he had the Legion of Boom with Pete. Yeah, it didn't. I think it didn't work here the way it worked there, mostly because we didn't have the players.
His single high safety did not fucking work here.
Yeah, we didn't have the play. We didn't have the personnel to run it. Need certain type of players to run that kind of stuff.
Yeah, damn
just
right.
didn't.
Especially how they had theirs.
We also didn't have the corners.
They had fucking what was it? Earl. They had Earl fucking
L. Thomas, Cam Chancellor,
fucking Cam Chancellor, Sherman, Browner, fucking April Levine, fucking the line, Bobby Wagner, fucking they had Bruce Irvin. I mean, they had a fucking plethora of fucking badass players.
That's facts. They had that because that's the thing I like about Pete. He's going to bring in players that fit the mold of what Graham's trying to do.
Patrick,
I think that's where
3-3-5 defense, where Pete and them played in a 4-3 defense, 4 down linemen. We play 3 down linemen, but we also play our linebackers down. That's where they move out. Fucking, they play them in multiple.
Yeah, because
but we play also multi D with this team, so we'll run a 4-3 and a 3-4
and a 3-4. Yeah, because sometimes you'll see Max at edge, or sometimes you'll see him at outside linebacker, depending on the play.
Yep, and rotate sides too.
Yep, exactly, and rotate sides, and that's why even though some people out there are hating on Tyree so much, Tyree's too valuable of a piece. Like the way he's going to get used, I think. Like you said, I think it's best at DT.
I think if Porter can pan out this year, dude, and I'm telling you, if we can get Sherman, if we can get fucking Richardson and Porter as our 1 and 2, you can move Bennett to the slot. I don't give a fuck. But if you can get Richardson and fucking Porter this year as our 2 outside corners, oh fuck. Good luck.
Yeah, just a length.
Good luck.
You pair those 2 with Jeremy Chin in the backfield. Fuck.
And fucking and Paulo, dude.
And also Polamalu, yeah, Polomalu's
your ass off right over the top of them. You fucking even overthrow them little. Paulo's taking that shit up, and Patrick and Pete Carroll's defense is built by being protected over the top. So he's going to most definitely make sure he has cleanup over the top. So,
and I think what we're going to focus on, like from the front, and why we brought Eldon Robertson, because what was the number one thing that we sucked on defense last year? Stopping the run.
Yeah,
like we got ran on like bitches last year.
Especially when the run came up the gut. Robert has the highest run stop grade in the whole NFL, 94%.
So they fixed that instantly with Robertson. That's facts. Because Spillane might have been a good coverage linebacker, but he wasn't that good against the run. And I think
Porter can most definitely get 5 interceptions this upcoming year. He can most definitely get it. So I would not fucking say he could not. Like, he can most definitely get it.
Because I don't think teams are going to be running on us like that this year. Because when a team can run on you like that, it makes it harder for the rest of the defense because you're not putting the opponent offense into like a passing situation that much.
We have 2 run stopping linebackers, honestly. I mean,
Yeah,
White is
White
a
and
stopping
White and Roberts.
linebacker, and Roberts in there is the most definitely run stopping linebacker.
That's facts.
So when you're playing up in the gut like that down up front, if you see Roberts there, you're gonna think about fucking not running up the gut. Like, you're gonna have to think about it right away because people are
Yeah,
gonna watch
facts.
the game. People are gonna sit and say, "This fucking guy will jump over the line and tackle you." Like, that's how much energy this dude plays with. He plays with. They say
That's
hi.
why I'm wondering.
He
Do
reads
you
the
keep?
play. He's gonna hop over this bitch and get me.
That's why I'm wondering if we play like I'm just one because you know how sometimes you said sometimes it's 4-3, sometimes it's 3-4. So I'm wondering in 3-4, obviously you would put Wilkins in there, but that's when Tyree in a 4-3 becomes valuable because you stick him next to Wilkins on the running, and especially when you think it's a running down.
You got Coons and Max on the outside. Then
On
you're
the
gonna have
outside, so I'm saying Wilkins and
you'll
Tyree
probably
inside.
have
That's
like
deadly.
White. You'll probably have White over the top. Then you'll have fucking Smith in the outside and Gainer on the other side. I mean, you can become a dangerous team right there. You can become dangerous just in the fourth. Dude, I've said it. Tyree's a big boy. He's a big boy. He's just like the fourth
Facts.
partner, man. He's just like the motherfucker. He can most definitely hold his own up there in that front. There's not a fucking doubt about it. So if I was just depending on not ruining a guy's career and then shipping him off and saying he didn't work out, I would put him right there. Not a doubt in my mind. So
Yeah,
he'll
that's what
never
I'm thinking.
play.
Put him next to Wilkins in a
He'll never
4-3, man.
be. He'll never be a DN in the NFL. Like, he doesn't have the twitchiness of fucking anybody. Like, he doesn't have the twitchiness of anybody. Like, he's just if he can get through the line down on the deep end, that's where he's going to get us, or his DT, that's where he's going to get his sacks. Like, and sometimes
That's
not all
facts.
players are meant to have sacks, just as long as they can get the stop. Stops matter. You know, if you
Facts. And
go out
if
and
you
get
look
a
at Tyree last season, he
next
had
play, you give up 15 fucking yards, then what good does that matter?
the crazy part is Wilson only had what was it, I think it was 524 snaps last season, and he still managed 5 sacks, 20 run. I think it was 20 run stops and 37 pressures from just 524 snaps. So when you work that out, that's not too bad. Like you're saying, just a little over 500 snaps, and you're still getting 5 sacks, 20 run stops, and 37 pressures. Like, it's not elite, but that's not bad on the amount of snaps as a rotational guy. And hopefully, if they can give him, say, more snaps this year, especially if we have like more 4-3, when you can stick him next to Wilkins, like you're saying, then I think if you get him up to like say 600, 700 snaps, and he can push the run stops up to like 30 or so, about 40 plus pressures, and maybe 6 or 7 sacks, I'd be happy with that.
Hell yeah.
Especially with the other, because you got to think the same way we talk about like receiving yards and stuff. There's only so many sacks that go around anyway. Like we got Max on one side, Kuntz on the other side. You got Wilkins going to get his. You don't need Tyree to be like a 10 sack guy. I mean, it would be nice, but you don't need that when you got Wilkins, Max, and Kuntz.
I mean, if he's averaging 4 or 5 sacks a year and he's playing DT, he's doing just damn fine.
Exactly. Which
That's
is
how
pretty much what he
that's
averaged
how you
last
fix
year.
that problem. That's how you fix that problem. Like
Exactly.
fix the problem of people sitting there saying, "Well, he was a first round, 7th overall pick. He should be having, or was he 7th? He was 7th, right? Fucking
Yeah, 7th overall.
people are like, he should be this, he should be that. Listen, if he plays DN, people will say that. People will say that he has to have these many sacks, that this is what he's supposed to do. If he plays DT, you don't have to have fucking any sacks. He can get no sacks all year long as he gets the stops, the pressures, make sure motherfucker can't run up the gut, then he doing his job just goddamn fine. So sacks is a plus. So if he gets through
Yeah, I
there,
mean, look at Adam Butler.
rush off a guy, which he will, he most definitely will. then I think that's how you justify your pick. That's how you justify your money.
Yeah,
And that's what I would
that's
fucking
facts.
do. He's young,
Yeah,
he's
straight
strong.
facts.
He can most definitely get the job done.
That's facts. And I don't know what we've got, like, what, 2 years left on Wilkins' contract. I
That's
think.
facts, Al. That's facts, Al.
Yeah, facts out. Yeah, there wouldn't be a Hall of Fame if every player that came out in the first round was a Hall of Famer.
They don't even have that many in there.
Exactly. That's why it's the Hall of Fame. Not supposed to be for everybody.
Otherwise, it'd be called special ed.
Exactly.
No, fucking. I think at the end of the day, the rotational players here, and look, it's just like I said earlier, there's a lot of UDFA players here that are going to take some motherfuckers' jobs this year. Like, there's a lot.
That's
Like, that's
facts.
what I think so crazy. Like, you look at a lot of these guys that came here to the Raiders. Why didn't they go to other teams that are fucking stacked, dude? And they chose us. Like, there's a lot of high caliber players on that list, dude. Like, how the fuck did they convince them come to the fucking Raiders and try out versus going to some team that they know, like, hey, we're gonna get a job? All these fucking dudes just showed up here. We couldn't do that if we wanted to in years past. So why all of a sudden this year we were getting fucking
Yeah,
guys that
especially the UDFAs, because
we're getting
the thing
dudes we
is,
should have drafted. Like, that's what I
yeah, and
think is
then
more crazy.
it is crazy. And then the thing you got to think about is UDFA. They can decide where they want to go, not like a draft pick. A UDFA can say no to coming to a team if they want.
You're damn right. They can pick where they go. They are the ones
Yeah,
that
they can pick where they go.
get the invite from the
See,
team.
some exactly. So sometimes, if say it's nice being drafted and everything, but if I was to have a choice between being drafted in the 6th or 7th round or being a UDFA, I'd probably prefer to be a UDFA because then you can pick where you want to go.
Damn right. I mean, the money's probably the same anyway, so who gives a fuck?
Yeah, money's about the same. And then if you look at it like as a statistical point, like of how many players contribute on a team between like 6th rounders, 7th rounders, and UDFAs, the percentage of UDFAs that contribute to the percentage of combined 6th and 7th rounders is about the same to the players that actually make teams and
You're
contribute.
in the 5th or 6th round to pull yourself out of the draft and go as a UDFA.
Yeah, exactly. Like if it's after the 5th round, you're almost better off being a UDFA.
Well, you get to go to your favorite team if that's the case.
Exactly. You can pick the team you want to go to. The contract money is roughly the same. Probably a little bit more for the draft pick, not that much. Maybe like $100K more or something.
I mean, you'll probably get, if a draft pick gets $1 million, they probably get a few $100K, depending on.
Yeah, they get because most of the years
I would sign a 1-year contract. I would just tell them I'm signing a 1-year contract. Fucking be like Trump and pay, not get paid for a year, and then fucking go make your millions. Like that's probably what I would try to do. Sometimes it's not always about taking. Sometimes it's about proving too. So I think we get to a point anymore where everybody feels like I'm owed. It's me. Like, are you out to play the game to be great, or are you out there to just worry about your paycheck, dude?
Getting paid, yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I get it, dude. When you're great, you're going to deserve your money, and the money will come to you. There's no doubt about it. But when you're too mentally focused on it, it was kind of something like I was talking about Kobe earlier today. Kobe, when he went to the fucking Olympics, dude, with LeBron, Wade, and all of them, he fucking told them, dude, when they faced fucking Gasol, or not, yeah, I think it was Gasol, and he fucking told him, like, hey, man, Kobe told him, I know what play they're running, and I'm going to fucking run right through him on this, dude, because they're going to screen him at the end. And what did fucking LeBron, everybody sold him. They were like, nah, you ain't going to do that shit, bro. They were like, that's your friend. He's like, I'm going to run through that motherfucker. So basically, he's just setting the temple right away. Like, friend or not, you're not on my team. You're a fucking enemy, and I'm here to fucking win. Like, what's your mindset at the end of the day? Are you here to fucking win, or are you just here to play? Like, it's why I always say about college kids. You can be good in colleges. There's certain powerhouse colleges. Why they're called powerhouses, why they've got, fucking 50 championships. Like there's a reason those colleges are what they are, because they put powerhouse people in place. That's all they do. Other colleges can't do it. Other colleges can't afford to do it, let alone do they even get the players to do it. Are they finding different ways now where other colleges can get more money, have it? The players still got to be there, and the players still got to want to go there. See, you're getting a
Facts.
5-star recruit over to Colorado. It isn't because of the school, it's because of Dion. It's because Dion and the personnel that he brings to the squad, which are NFL coaches. So I hope you can be fucking shitty division college teams based on that point. Now, at the end of the day, when you're in the NFL, I've said it, the more competitive you are, just like Pete, the better success that you're going to have. They know how to get
That's
results out
facts.
of people, man. Like they know how to get results. And it's just like I was saying with Kobe, if you have the mentality, other motherfuckers are going to fall in line. Like they're going to fall in line. I think when you got it on the offense, you got it on the defense. I've said when you're looking at Bowers, Beck, fucking Genty, fucking, you got dudes that are gonna have it themselves. Like they got it themselves. Like they want to be LeBron, motherfucker. Like they got it themselves. Like they don't need to
That's
wait on
facts.
other people. Like they're not gonna come here and we're not gonna be the ones teaching them right away. They're gonna be teaching us right away. Like that's what I think's crazy about when people sit here and say, like, oh, we got generational player in Brock. You got a fucking 2 generational players, in my opinion, in this draft, Justin Genty and fucking Beck. Like, I think Beck is gonna
Facts.
shock the shit out of people, dude. Like, that guy is a machine. The way he
Not just that,
thinks,
he's got
the way
a
he
guys that have a chip on their shoulder are gonna play harder. Because I
dude,
mean,
that guy,
the dude lost his brother, man, and
yeah,
he like when he was talking on the presser, he's like, "Oh, now I've got to now when I'm out there, it's not just me playing, it's him playing too."
yeah, and he told
So
him, yeah,
guys that are
carrying
carrying
2
that kind
players.
of yeah, exactly. If guys that are carrying that kind of stuff around with them, they're gonna play that much harder.
Yeah, I think when you got both of the 3 of these dudes over there in the offense, it's gonna be really hard. It's gonna be really fucking hard to.
And then I feel like Jacoby's got a chip too, because everyone says, "Oh, he's not a wide receiver one, he's not this, he's not that." So Jacoby's gonna have a bit of a chip as well.
Dude, I
Because
think Jesse gets 2,000 all-purpose yards rushing and receiving this year. I mean,
that might be pushing a little bit. But it's
I'm
not
a
say, I won't say he
gambling
can't
man.
do it.
I'm not gonna listen. If I'm a gambling man and I'm going off of what he done in college and behind the line of Boise and all of them, that fucking guy was a 200-yard back every game, 200-yard back. So if I'm sitting here
Even if he
thinking
does
like
half that,
all he's
100
got to
yards
do
is
is rush for
1,700.
100 yards per game, which he may have fucking few 200-yard games, and then he gets a fucking 300 yards passing, like, fuck. I'm not gonna say he can't. I'm not gonna say he can't.
That's what
I
I'm saying.
don't.
I'm not gonna
If
say he
I'm
can't.
gonna be a betting guy, though, I'd probably say no. I would say no. I would say like
Yeah, not gonna bother.
1,700. All purpose. If I'm just being honest, I think like he's
Yeah, I think
great.
about 1,500
You
year
gotta
one, just with
remember,
the
you gotta make the
adjusting to the
transition to
NFL.
the NFL. You gotta get the
Yeah,
transition to the NFL. You gotta know the system. You gotta know your players. If we're saying 1,700 all-purpose yards, there's gonna be a few games I think he's gonna be under 100 yards. I mean, fuck, he's just a rookie, so I'm not gonna say he can't be, but I would just bet that he's gonna have some games under 100 yards. And then if I'm like, how many 200-yard games he's gonna have? Well, I don't think he's fucking Henry, so I don't know if I would be saying like he's gonna have fucking 4 or 5, but I would say could he have 1 or 2? Like, yeah, I think he could. Statistics would probably say none. I would just say 1, and then I would say he probably averages 100 yards on 6, 7, 8 games this year. 8 games, and then 60, maybe I mean, you're going to play tough teams. So I would say all purpose, maybe 1,800 yards. Do I think in the following years, can he break the records? Like, fuck yeah, I think he could. I think once he dude, he's just, you got to think about him like this too. Like, you look at his body, you look at how people develop coming from college to the NFL. Most people aren't even in Genty's fucking shape to even fucking begin with. Like, they're not even nothing like Genty, muscle deformed. I mean, this fucking dude's obviously a ripped motherfucker, and his fucking dad is military. So you know damn well, like, he's been training hard, like, and his dad probably got the don't give up fucking attitude at all. So there's a reason Genty is a fucking specimen like he is. Like, talent probably has a lot to do with it, but his dad pushing him, training him, being devoted, like, I think that has a lot to do with it too. And I'm not gonna lie, like, can I see Genty come out here and break fucking what's his name? I think it would be Eric fucking, is it Dickerson's record fucking for rookie, or is it fucking all rushing yards?
You're saying Eric Dickerson?
Yeah, who holds the rookie rushing record? Is it
Would
Eric
it be Emmett
Dickerson?
Smith? I know he's all-time leading rusher. I don't know if he's a rookie one though.
It's fucking
Oh, it wasn't Bijan, was it? I know Bijan
no,
had a big year. The one for the Falcons? I might have to look it up. Because I know Bijan had a big breakout year at the Falcons recently. Well, not recent, but like a couple of years back.
yeah, it is. It's Eric Dickerson has the most rushing yards by
Yeah.
a rookie with
Oh, well,
18.8 yards in 1983. And then
so it was
fucking,
Dickerson. I thought it would be.
I knew it was. I was pretty sure it was fucking him. But long story short, if you're saying like, kid, he ran for 1,808 yards. Do I think that fucking do I think that Genty has a chance? Like, I'm not gonna fucking lie. Let's just be real. If Kappa plays well, dude, they put Parker in Parham's place, or let's just say they take DeMar Glaze, move him into guard at the right guard, and then you put frickin' Grant at the right tackle. Fuck yeah, I think he's gonna fucking good night, Rudy. I think fuck yeah, he's gonna be able to run a lot of fucking yards. And let's be real, dude, he was 100-yard or 200-yard back in college. That's 20. It's 13 games. He ran for 2,600 fucking yards, and the kid's elite. The kid's elite. And if you're telling me he ran for 2,600 yards on 13 fucking games, well, plus he had
that's crazy.
bowl game. He had the bowl game and so on, but let's say 14, 15 games. He got 17 games over here in the NFL. And to think that he ain't gonna hit 1,000, I think he hits 1,000 all purpose. I mean, fuck, 2,000's a lot though when you start thinking about it, you know, fucking.
Yeah, I got 1,500 for his rookie season, maybe like combined, like, you know, all purpose, 1,500.
Eric Dickerson's record. I mean, I'd love to see it. I don't know if Pete just goes that heavy in the run.
Yeah, because I was going to say, it also comes down to play calling and stuff, and we're a more pass-happy league now than back in Dickerson's day. Back in the 80s, it was more run first.
Don't get me wrong, and Chip Kelly throws the fucking ball, so.
Exactly. He likes, because if anything, I think Chip uses his tight ends the most.
I'm going to stick with what I said earlier. 1,800, I think, is where he'll be at. I think I'll stick.
It's definitely possible, especially if you're talking receiving too.
If he gets 300 yards receiving, 1,300 yards rushing, he's at 1,600. I mean,
exactly.
If he 300 yards receiving,
I mean, if Josh Jacobs can get 1,200, almost 1,200 yards in a season, Genty can easily probably get at least 1,300, 1,400. Because I mean, you look at Because Jacobs got over 1,000 his first season.
All right, I'll probably go to 15, 16. No, I'll stay where I'm at. 15, 1700. 15, 17. Somewhere right there.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to have him over 1,000 yards rushing though in his rookie season. Because like I said, if Jacobs can rush for over 1,000 in his rookie season, Genty most
I
definitely
think
can.
17 games, he can't hit 1,000 yards. We better send him home.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we brought him here for, was to run the ball. Like, we brought him here to run clock, fucking move the ball.
I'm going to say his average carries over a season will probably average out to 25 to 30. Like average, I'm saying. Not saying he's going to get that every game. But I'm saying that will probably be his average over the season is about 25 yards a game. I mean, 25 carries, sorry, a game. For about,
you got to have
100 plus yards.
Monster here, dude. And from what I've heard is he's doing pretty good in camp. And I just think if you got Raheem Monster
Might even be 15
and him,
or 20, 15 or 20.
You're going to be moving the ball a lot.
Facts.
Even if Genty went 800 yards, it would still had, fucking 5 or 7 touchdowns. Like, it just depends on how you ball or how you're working with the other player. If you're primary dominant, you'd probably look at like higher numbers for sure, like LT season. But if you're not the only primary dominant player,
if we're gonna do like still a bit of an RBC, but with Genty as the lead back, then he's not gonna have as many carries.
Yep.
Which I think is smarter for the long term anyway, because you don't want to give a rookie so many carries early on. That's how you fuck up their body, and fuck up their longevity.
Yeah, right.
It's better to give him 15 to 20 a game, and then have more set or whatever, and whoever else taking carries as well.
It's facts.
Anyway, man, I'm probably gonna head off now, bro.
I was just gonna say that because I was like, it's almost 12 o'clock, and I got to get up at 4. So either way, I really do appreciate everybody popping up. I really do appreciate everybody in the chat, all the mods in the chat. Appreciate all you guys showing up, man. So again, we'll try to be live every single Tuesday going forward for a while. Just got a lot of planning, got a lot of things going on, trying to change around a lot of things. But like I said, if we have stuff to talk about and conversations, we'll most definitely be on here to talk about it and bring the best news we can for the Raiders to talk, So outside of that, I really do hope you guys have a great night. If you want to give a shout out, bye, then we can bounce out.
No worries. Yeah, shout out to everyone who showed up in the chat today. Shout out to Harvey on the panel earlier. And shout out to anyone who listens to the video afterwards.
Hell yeah. Appreciate all you guys. Outside of that, hope you guys have a great night, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, man.
Peace out, bro. Later.
Peace.